there were only a couple good people in this movie. You had Bruce Wayne, Batman, and you had Alfred. Those are the only two good white people. The rest of the three other major players that I would consider like overall like moral good people were, you had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this, and then you had the mayor, who's a black woman. Again, very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that. Took a little bit off the score for me.
So bored, don't freak your discourse. We so bored, don't freak your discourse. We so bored, don't freak your discourse. We so bored, don't discourse.
My people cried in tears, finding relief.
Holla.
My people cry so they can see us as human beings. They recognize propaganda they spew.
I am black.
And try to weaponize everything that we do.
I'ma tell you something. They spin and woke, bastardize it, appreciate it.
It says appropriate it, not appreciate it.
Appreciate it, appropriated, whatever. Speak truth to power. Keep an eye out. Not fodder for your clickbait. Speaking of which, journalists, did you forget it's your job to provide the truth?
Bling bling, you forgot to bling bling.
We so bored, don't freak your discourse. We so bored, don't freak your discourse. We so bored, don't freak your discourse. We so bored, don't discourse.
God damn it.
Get your small titties out.
Get your small titties out.
What? No! Not my proudest fat.
Oh, Perry Chan! Legend! That was a masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. He does that banger of a meme, and then he does this. He's on fire today.
So good.
Welcome to Friday Night Tights, and yesterday, too, and the day before, and tomorrow. Welcome, chat. Hopefully my mic is working right now, because it's always a question. It seems like it's doing okay. Welcome to Friday Night Tights. We are down one Jeremy because he was too busy whacking off to the debate last night, and he's just out of steam. You know what I'm saying? He's out of steam. Did you see that one picture on Twitter with the guy with like you just see two legs coming out and some Vaseline and some fucking Kleenex, and the debate's on?
That was Jeremy.
That was Jeremy.
Yeah. That was Jeremy.
That was Jeremy. But let's get going.
Jerk it to two 80-year-old men arguing about their golf games. You can jerk it to anything.
That's true. That's true. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Senior drive.
We will not be talking about the debate. We will be talking about the Acolyte, Rings of Power, Fantastic Four, Superman's costume, and maybe the debate a little bit. What's up, Az? How's it going?
It's going good. I was actually watching a bit of Jeremy's stream yesterday for the debate. I ended up having to turn it off because I was too embarrassed. Not
At a certain point, it just becomes elderly abuse.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Yes.
I was just like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. So I had to turn it off, and then I had my Twitter up, and I'm just about to close it down. The first tweet that's on my feed is, if you're not from America, can you please turn off the debate? This is our shame.
Yeah.
Don't look at us, please.
Yeah, don't look at us.
It was pretty brutal.
It was shocking to watch.
It's entertaining. Yeah, it's entertaining. It's my favorite part.
It was worse than the Acolyte.
Not to embarrass me, I know, and yet
There were some great King George memes coming from that.
The legacy media coach was pretty fantastic.
Well. Oh, hey.
Hey.
What's up, Chrissy?
Hello.
Hey.
My boobs are empty, and I'm happy to be here.
Clearly, you speak for all of us, Chrissy.
Yes. Well, welcome, Chrissy. You almost made it on time. It's okay.
So close. You know, the baby was having a lot of trouble falling asleep this week, so I just kept playing episode 5 of The Acolyte over and over. And it worked like a charm.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Welcome to the show. And I'm not going to get on you for not being tardy. I'd be the last person on earth to do that. So what's up, Ryan Kinnell?
Not much. Just enjoying the fallout from last night as much as everybody else. It's like when they do those Make-A-Wish things, like have some retarded kid like out there like playing sports and they pretend like, hey, you know, he can really do it. Look at that. And you have that one dude who's like, I'm not letting this motherfucker score, and just continue to block his shot, tackle him, whatever. That was basically what we witnessed last night. A Make-A-Wish kid that somebody wasn't playing along with him. And that was the result.
That was the result. And it was very sad for humanity and our country. But what's worse is, well, I don't know, is the state of Hollywood. Although I did see something I kind of liked today. I did. I won't talk about it, though, because it didn't really finish. It's called Horizon. It's a good first part of something. Spent 3 hours watching it. It was all right. But what's up, Shad?
Well, I have been completely consumed in Acolyte episode 5 because I heard a rumor on the interwebs that it had the best Star Wars fight scenes since like
the last ones.
Ever. And so it's like, all right, that deserves a closer look. So I've spent the last 2 days working like over 14 hours doing a fight scene autopsy on it, and I can confirm it is complete dog crap. The fight scenes are absolute trash.
Well,
I
think it had someone headbutting a lightsaber beam. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I think it was a problem with your messaging, or with their messaging. When they said it was going to be the best fight we've ever seen in Star Wars, they meant in Disney Star Wars.
Okay.
That's what they meant, Shad. So I don't know if you could argue that he delivered on that because it's a pretty low bar.
I mean, the power scaling is retarded. They're constantly just hitting nothing but air. People are coming off from the side to save other people. It's like, it's as bad as all the other Disney Star Wars stuff that we saw in Rise of Skywalker and Jedi and all that stuff, except it's a little faster. That's all they have going for it. It's just awful. And I now have a 1.5 hour fight scene autopsy coming out. Looking over it. So yeah, that'll be.
It was nice to watch at least actors who can do the fight choreography, as opposed to watching Rosario Dawson kind of like flounder her way through.
Yeah, that is
in
true.
Slow motion.
But I'm going good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about the Acolyte episode 5. Hey, only 3 more episodes to go. I don't know.
We're over the hump. We're over the hump.
I don't know. I don't know. we can speculate. A flashback episode is guaranteed at this point. Absolutely guaranteed.
Next one.
Which is going to make the first flashback episode look stupid because that is from multiple perspectives, and it's essentially going to rewrite the whole story there.
We need to recontextualize it to make the Jedi into the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's a little more to dig into after what we just saw happen from the fallout, and then probably the one after that is going to be the next flashback before the finale.
You think so?
That's what I think.
It's so funny trying to pick this stuff apart though, because it's like art critique, over a child's finger painting. We've got nothing to work with here.
Yeah.
Is this deadpan drinker?
Drinker's a ventriloquist right now.
Wait, am I moving? Nope.
Still made a great point. You still made a great point.
I'll jump out of StreamYards and come back in.
Do that. I'll finish introducing. By the time you get back, I might introduce one more person. Hi, Quarterback Garrett.
Hey, this was my favorite episode of Acolyte because it kills most of the annoying characters off.
Yes.
So we just got a few more, just a couple more.
Oh, they'll be back.
Good point.
In the flashback.
Those were 2 parts I actually liked about the episode. You're right.
Best part.
What's up, comics?
Well, this week I witnessed 2 murders. One being Star Wars being murdered again, and then there was the presidential debate. So,
both of them were not technically murders. It was reanimating a corpse to murder it again.
Exactly.
Yeah. With Star Wars, I kind of see it as necrophilia.
Yeah.
More speculation, yeah.
Or necromancy. I don't know.
But
take your pick.
It's I mean, we'll talk about this later in the show. It's Disney Star Wars. We have to make that distinction.
Yes, abundantly
we have to
clear.
definitely make that distinction.
Because
I think that a lot of that gets conflated. Because I can still go watch the original trilogy, no problem. Like the only thing that's making it hard now is honestly Mark Hamill. But I mean,
a little bit
He's
of an off
a real
night.
Jim,
isn't he?
Mark Hamill never existed. Only Luke Skywalker.
Only Luke Skywalker. What's up, Odin?
What's up? Yeah, with Mark Hamill, all I can think of is it seems like an invasion of the body snatchers type of thing, where it's like, it's not really Mark Hamill anymore. It's just some weird cult worm thing that's taken over his brain and eaten away at any sense of logic that he may have once had.
Has he ever had it?
Yeah,
that's the question.
I think he's just an adult pretender. You're garden variety average adult pretender from Hollywood.
But
we have Matthew Marsden always says not all actors are like this. I disagree. I think most are. I think there's rare exceptions.
Most. He said not all. He didn't say not most.
Okay, true.
Yeah, and also with Acolyte, it's kind of amazing. I think it was Jeremy Johns who pointed out that this scene, or rather the show itself, had twice as much fight choreography as Revenge of the Sith, I think he said. And it's kind of insane that it has twice as much when it feels like nothing at all.
Well, and the reason it feels like nothing at all is because we don't give a shit about a single fucking character in this show. We don't care about the build-up. Yep. It's just a lightsaber duel in the middle of a show we could give a fuck about when the ones from George Lucas's Star Wars meant something. They had meaning. They were building up. And it's like what Ryan and I spoke about this on the House of the Dragon. It's what Game of Thrones turned into, just a bunch of spectacle, when Game of Thrones was about the politics and the characters, and then we got a battle in one season that we actually cared about because it had characters we cared about, and it was ramifications of all the politicking that we cared about.
Yep. Fights tell a story, usually. They're like internally, the choreography of the fight tells the story. The Anakin Obi-Wan fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith it's all telling the story of their relationship falling apart and breaking and destroying itself, right? This was just we're throwing glow sticks behind trees and we're killing some red shirts off in the distance, and then the characters that have been talking this whole season, they were being killed and snap their neck. It's a Sith.
In all fair, I'm actually going to defend the Acolyte here. I believe that it was telling a story. A terrible story.
Whatever that story
but it was telling a story, because the stories that I got from it was the Jedi are fucking dog shit, and there's a 5-year-old Padawan that is a million times better than any fucking Jedi that has existed so far in the show.
And it takes 3 things. It takes 3 stabs with the lightsaber to kill her.
My dude.
Yeah.
That's how you know she's tough.
Next week for her to fucking come around going, well, they missed that.
I'm back.
My race has 5 hearts.
Yeah, and it cauterized as soon as it went through. It didn't melt my fucking interior organs, Oh my God. Her being the power that she was ridiculous.
That was fucking weird. My camera crashed. I've never had that happen in my life. Weird.
Well, you come here, tech problems follow.
It's because you're too good looking.
Yeah, I just couldn't handle this.
As you're absolutely right, I friggin' lost it when inexperienced Padawan is holding her own against a Sith that just murked 4 Jedi without breaking a sweat. It's like one of those
dual wield lightsabers.
When 2 seconds ago she was practicing with a stick, a literal stick.
Well,
So
don't
she
forget she
doesn't
was
hurt
able to
anyone.
fend off May, who basically killed 2 Jedi Masters at this point.
Right.
And it's like the Padawan survives.
Well,
How?
I did love the fact that like when she tries to apprehend May, like she's got a lightsaber at her disposal, she's got the power of the Force, she can push her through walls
does
and
nothing.
stuff, anything. She chooses to go in with a fucking 2-footed missile kick that knocks her to the ground as well.
Yeah.
That is
And
a
then-
bold opening move, man. Fucking Captain Kirk would be proud of that.
Yes, he
one.
would.
Reading the Miranda rights was great too.
when May is trapped, she has the braces on, she's cuffed, and the Sith walks up and he's about to kill her, and instead of slicing her down, he cuts her cuffs.
Yes.
And then
tries to kill her.
Yes.
Right,
She's
like
at your
that was
mercy.
a fair-
You release
fair
her.
fight.
Why is May even fighting with Padawan of the Year 2024 when she was there to hand herself into the Jedi?
Because everyone's motivations flip like that.
Dude.
Like, people just completely change their worldview on a whim. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. It's just whatever the plot needs to happen.
Specifically
amazing.
May in these past 2 episodes.
Yes.
It's been like it's just been back and forth with like no actual motivation or reason provided. And now her plan is to infiltrate. Like I don't know what her plan is right now.
I have
Yeah,
no
no
idea.
clue.
Well, we
Like,
talked about this on Open Bar last night. Like, surely if you were Squid Game guy, you would have a few questions like, why do I sense that you're deceiving me? Why do you smell like burned hair?
Yeah.
You know,
Why
why
do
do
you
you
have
act
a
like a completely different person
Circle
now?
on your forehead.
Her force
Yeah, why do
presence,
you have a
too
giant
emotional
birthmark
as
thing
to
on your
notice
forehead?
it.
her force presence would feel different to him than OSHA's 100%.
Well, at the very, at the
A
very
little
least,
beaver
they
dude.
can sense emotions, and he would sense that she was hiding something.
The
Yep.
little
And that
beaver
she had evil
tracker
intent.
has a better understanding.
Yeah,
That something's
Basil's
off.
like, wait a second, something ain't right.
He smells someone different, obviously.
Yeah.
But like what's funny is it's not going to be about the marking that's on her forehead. I almost guarantee it's going to be about the tattoo that OSHA got.
Yes.
That they randomly had a scene about where Soul was
Yes.
acting like, why would you know, like his surrogate father asking why his slut daughter got a tattoo or something. Like that was the vibe that had. And I think the only reason behind that scene was for what we're about to see when she like takes off and she doesn't have a tattoo.
Should have
So
been a
she's gonna
tramp
have to
stamp.
kill. She's gonna have to kill Basil then, because he's immediately gonna sense that there's something off with her because he can smell it.
The problem is the only person that could speak Basil's language was Yord.
Yord, yeah.
So he's just gonna be sitting there squealing, and
Right.
Soul's gonna just be quiet, shut up. Like he's gonna be speaking in broken English to someone who can't speak English anyway. Like that's what's gonna happen.
I had a guy on Twitter. He tried to engage me. Unfortunately, he was retarded. But he tried to engage me in civil Discord. It was me that just couldn't because it was so retarded. And it's like, yeah, well, yeah, she could put her hair over it. So I sent the picture of May after she'd done a haircut with the fucking symbol showing through still.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, but Soul's just been through a lot and he's really emotional. And I'm like, yeah, 'cause Jedi are really known for getting over fucking emotional, aren't they? It's just like, you can't, we can't fall into this trap. No, we had Anakin, we had certain things with Anakin for sure, but mostly Jedi are stoic, mostly Jedi are composed, mostly Jedi are rational. But it's unfortunately we've got characters which are going completely and utterly against that.
They are
now-
trying to build. They are definitely trying to build him up as a more emotional kind of Jedi, because when Padawan of the Year gets killed, like he does fully give in to the rage.
Soul
And
100%
and then leaves her
has
there.
issues with
Yeah, then he
attachment
leaves
and
all
with
the dead
emotion.
bodies there.
What was that,
It's
Ryan?
just a matter of time before
Soul's
the
gonna
animals
become
get
the-
to them.
He's going to become the Sith at the end then.
Or
Maybe.
they're gonna
I-
try
well,
some two different sides of the whole gray Jedi thing.
Well, when you do look at Soul, it's not an excuse for the excuses they're making for him not being able to sense it's not man. But they are 100% showing him as he has more emotions and more attachments than is probably healthy for what they feel a Jedi should. We've seen that with Osha. We've seen that with Becky. We've seen that in the way he reacts to certain things. That's probably the reason that he's carrying so much guilt over all this shit happened to begin with. And it's probably why he's trying to save May, because he feels that they were somehow responsible for what went down with her family and what he thought was her also dying in that fire. It's like they're showing Saul as a flawed character from that perspective.
Well, they're going to show the Jedi as straight up murderers, because clearly they're the ones who killed all the communist lesbian space witches.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
Yes.
we're going to get recontextualized when we get our second flashback episode.
But
Clearly.
Soul could have just saved both of the girls by going zoom.
Nah, you can't concentrate on two things simultaneously because he's a man.
Yeah.
So you can't multitask. If it was a woman, she would be able to like save 20 people at the same time.
Yeah.
While wielding 2 lightsabers and making a phone call to her friends and texting. Hi, X-Ray Girl.
Hi. I felt like this episode seemed more like a rave, but without the good drugs. So that's it.
All drugs are good.
They're so good, it ruins people's lives.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome. They're great. Prison's fun. Hey, welcome back to Critical Drinker. Yes. Welcome back. What's up? You're on Will Kane. You're single-handedly responsible for destroying the Acolyte. You're fostering hatred and bigotry. You're doing an awesome job, dude. Hell yeah.
I can't claim full responsibility for destroying the Acolyte. You had a hand in it too, Gary, don't you know?
I'm trying to be humble.
We are public enemy number 1 and 2.
Yes.
As far as the media is concerned.
Yeah, I would have written something. You would have written something better. I don't know if I would have, but you would have written something better. Welcome back.
I'm not sure, but
I would have said, let's not do it. That's what I would have done. Let's not make this show.
Let's save some money.
Yeah. Save 180. By the way, we did the math. Well, X-Ray Girl did the math. And based on the true budget of Godzilla -1, which was $12 million, the Acolyte cost 15 Godzilla -1.
Jesus.
15.
Wow.
Tragic. Really is.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
shows like this, they surely just torpedo the very concept of doing streaming shows on Disney Plus for Star Wars. They are never going to be profitable. They are just flushing money down the toilet. You might as well just put all that $180 million into a big pile and light it on fire, because at least that way it's going to heat your house.
Right?
This is just a waste.
It's about sending a message.
Exactly.
But what's the message? Star Wars is shit?
Yes.
Yes.
We're incompetent.
The message is the fans are wrong.
Yeah.
Always.
Really?
Always. I mean, again, for the 50th time at this point. Now, Ryan, we're trying to break down this. We're trying to make sense of this plot, right? But here's the problem with mystery box storytelling. And what mystery box storytelling is it's a way of cheating as far as writing is concerned, because you don't really have to put in a lot of characterization, because it's like a mute character. Like if you have a good mute character like Snake Eyes, you imprint your own thoughts on that character, and it actually makes the character more endearing when it's done right. That's kind of what mystery box storytelling is supposed to do. We're sitting there theorizing. Ryan's rewriting the show better every fucking episode, and none of this shit's going to happen. None of it's going to happen. We don't know. We still don't know what the hell Soul did, right? And by this time, they should have revealed it, right?
100%.
Yes. No, I think you could probably wait until the final episode to reveal it, theoretically. I don't know if they will. They'll probably blow their load earlier.
I think you hint at it at some point to keep, because this is supposed to be a mystery. There's no mystery. Everybody's fucking dead. So even if we find the mystery, everybody's still dead.
Who cares?
The problem with mystery box storytelling, right? It relies upon you having a group of very likable characters that the audience is invested in, so that you care about the mystery and what it means to them when the answers are actually provided.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, then it's just an intellectual exercise. And that's it depends entirely upon the complexity of the story and the intelligence of the writers, which no offense to these guys. Actually, lots of offense. They're idiots. So they don't have that either. So it fails on both levels, unfortunately.
Yeah. Having endearing characters and well-told stories can fix a lot of things. It can fix bad choreography. It can fix bad effects. It can fix bad sets. But none of these things that we get these days have good writing. And that's like the core of what a story is. And we just don't get it. It's
right.
just
Well, that's the thing right there that you're pointing out, Garrett. Good writing, we're going to be more forgiving with imperfections.
Absolutely.
Good characterization. What Drinker said. Go on.
Yeah, this episode should have been an absolute banger. If we cared one bit about Yord and Jackie, the fact that they got killed in this episode, that should have been devastating. If they were really likable characters that we were invested in.
And
as it
they
stands,
both had Yeah, they both had massive problems. Yord was the butt of everyone's fucking joke and made a fool at every opportunity.
Yes.
And Jackie, I ain't got a fucking clue what she's called. She was too powerful that it made no sense that she was a Padawan. If you want to write that character, write her as a full-blooded Jedi Master, for goodness sake. But so neither of those characters worked. By the time we get the reveal, no one gives a fuck about any of these characters. May and Osha, neither of them are likable. Neither of them have exhibited anything that says, I want to support you, want to back you. And what QBG just said about choreography, look at the fight scene between Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader in Star Wars. That is not what you call a stonking choreographed fight, but it had so much weight behind it because of what we'd started to learn already about Kenobi and Vader, how Vader had been portrayed up to this point, that it was a devastating impact to lose Ben at that point.
Yep.
Wait, is that the one with the orange eyeshadow all over her head? Which one was that?
Yes, the young girl Padawan.
X-23.
Okay.
So you've got all these Jedi that are getting murked absolutely left, right, center. Not one of them said a fucking line in the show. They turned
they have to pay him more. The guy said, "In the name of the Republic."
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Surrender
right.
yourself. I stand corrected. Right.
He got a boost. He got a bonus because he got lines.
Again, why do we?
Yeah,
care?
he's a featured extra now.
Yeah.
Is that why we're meant to get as Jedi? No. You have to make characters likable. You have to make characters relatable. You have to make an investment in characters. This isn't investment in character at all. It's an exercise in fucking retardation.
And I don't mind him murking a lot of those guys. The problem came when Jackie was able to hold her own the way she did.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And that in terms of like power scaling, that's like the power scaling problem with it. Because in reality, Sith are fucking powerful.
Yes.
They just are. There's a reason that Darth Maul, who had not had a ton of experience or whatever, was able to go up against Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan simultaneously and really beat the shit out of both of them. Obi-Wan got lucky with what he was able to do because Maul got a little too arrogant at the end. So that, like, I'm fine with the Sith being powerful and destroying those first guys. It's when Jackie comes in. After Jackie decides to take on May and not even use her lightsaber, even though it's right there on her the entire time. We see Jackie is able to perform better than Master Indara did in unarmed combat from that first episode. And Jackie's able to be better than that. So that was the big problem for me. This show is billed as a mystery, right? The show's billed as a mystery from the beginning. Someone's killing Jedi. We got that mystery solved within the first 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
There was no twist. It was just, okay, we got these mistaken twins. First episode, we find that shit out. And then by the second episode, anybody with a brain, and of course they were always like, well, maybe it's a red herring, but everyone's like, well, Chimere, clearly. Like, it's clearly this dude knows more than he's letting on. They should have arrested him. Why wouldn't they arrest him? He was able to manhandle May. Like, this guy's probably the Sith. So, like, what mysteries are there other than what actually happened 16 years ago? That's the only mystery we have left.
Yep. And we have 3 episodes to tell it.
The witches are
What-
bitches, so I can't.
What weapon they used and what room it happened in. So was it with
Exactly.
the wrench in the study?
Yes.
Survived this long.
With the candlestick in the billiard room.
You know what I
Yes.
thought was fantastic about
misguided.
the resolution for this guy as well? He gets defeated by woodlice. Like giant woodlice. Flashlight stuck to his back.
Remember, that's what I said. I said that those
Yeah.
I said those fucking things were gonna break up the fight. I didn't think it would happen the way it did. I thought it was just gonna be with the lightsabers flashing and shit. But no, they
I mean, it's
fought
really
those
lucky
fucking
that those
monsters.
things followed her all the way, and they
Yeah,
just were ready to pounce on that.
It's really, really lucky that they weren't attracted to the lightsaber light and only the flashlight.
Yeah.
Weird.
You mean the lightsaber light that Osha told Yor to turn his lightsaber off?
Yes, because it was
Very
attracted
same.
to it in the previous episode, but they weren't attracted to all the lightsabers flying around in the forest.
Yeah, all the
Weird.
Yeah, I think and also Yord, like they wanted, right? Yord has been like put down the entire time. A lot of people doubt him, whatever. They wanted to give him this like big heroic moment to come back and have a little thing. The problem is he took the exact wrong action. He should not have listened to OSHA. Like he refused the first couple times, and then for some reason he finally was like, "Oh, we have to do it now. Okay, I'll go along with you."
But script is telling me.
But
we must go.
the entire purpose,
OSHA says like, "Oh, he's going to kill all of our friends." Like
that's her argument.
Why do you think he was there?
Yeah, like that's what you knew when you decided to take her and get to the ship. But Yord has a bigger responsibility than just that. He needs to let everybody know what just fucking happened.
Yeah.
Like that is a huge thing. And for him to abandon that to go back and save them, well, it's almost like Yord is too attached to these people. Right? That's why the Jedi are worried about attachments because of issues like this.
I think that payoff as well might have worked better if maybe he'd been established as a bit of a coward or something who runs away from battles and he's afraid of conflict.
Yeah.
And then he decides to risk it all to go back and save his friends. Like, okay, that's
just to get his head
proven himself then. This way, it's just like, no, he's just really easily persuaded by crappy arguments from people that he shouldn't be listening to. That's not a character arc.
Yeah, and the amount of time he lasted when he actually tried to fight Smilo, which was a couple of seconds until his neck getting snapped, that's how long Jackie should have lasted when she tried to fight him.
I think that was a conscious choice on the writer's part, clearly, that she does so much better than him.
Like without a sweat.
I was just like, oh, he should just mow her down. And then it was just like, oh no, they're going to have the fucking Duel of the Fates instead.
And if they want to say that the Jedis are not competent, right? They put people in danger, that they may abuse their Padawans, right? Then put a Padawan in a situation that they cannot win and them die. And then that would make the Jedi look better. This is what Leslie Handlin wants to do, right? But she didn't do that when the Padawan just held her own the entire time.
The problem with Jackie, the huge problem with Jackie is what she wanted was she wanted Jackie to come across as strong and comparable until she gets killed. To do that, they made all the other Jedi look fucking retarded.
Yes.
Because she knew that Jackie was going to have to die here. She knew that. And so she elevates her up above every red shirt Jedi. I don't care that Jedi getting murked. I think that's fine. But what I care about is not the Jedi, because they didn't give me reason to care. And then so Jackie behaving the way that she did as a Padawan, I'm just like, this is stupid. Absolutely stupid. It doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. In actual fact, she fought stronger and better than Master Sol. And you could say that she was only killed because he sneakily had a second lightsaber shoved up his anus that he whipped out and went,
It's interesting as well. She was able to punch him so hard that she punched the helmet clean off his head.
Yeah.
I hated that moment
that
so
was
much because
impressive.
she elbows with her forearm, right? What she could have done, she was holding her lightsaber, just killed him. And then she decides, I'll smack you with my elbow, you friggin' retard. I flip out when I was reviewing it.
He would have just headbutted it.
There was a lot of that. And that's the problem with a mystery. Like, it has to be engaging, and you also have to think about all the aspects. Like, maybe explain that 100 years prior to the Phantom Menace, they didn't have like those little communicators where they could go, please send for backup. All the Jedi are dead.
So like that, they've never, those short range, like they have short range comm links, but in terms of speaking like to another planet, you have to go back to a ship, like the HoloNet. That's the only thing you can use. Like I guess I can't think of any time we've ever seen somebody not in a ship talking to somebody.
Is that established in Disney Star Wars?
Can't you just like transmit to the ship, which is parked nearby, and the ship
No.
then relays?
Well, if you
Star Wars canon,
if you remember, what Obi-Wan had to do when he didn't even have enough signal to reach Coruscant, he had to talk to Anakin on Tatooine, have someone record his
relay
message to get it back to Coruscant. So,
That's in Star Wars, not in Disney Star Wars, where they can just get to planets in 5 minutes.
Why didn't Yord
that's
just
the thing.
force run to the ship, go, hey, yo, green bitch, we got some Sith over here. I'm going to go check it out. And then force run
Jedi
back?
Master Nepo quarterback.
I'm sorry.
Show proper respect.
And I was actually going to ask Ryan about the helmet. Has there ever been a technology that can actually short out a lightsaber?
100%. Yeah. So cortosis was established in like the 90s. Okay. It was an incredibly rare material that was notoriously very difficult to work with. And one of the drawbacks of it is it's fairly like in Legends was that it was fairly fragile. Now, it's not something that you can, it's not like Beskar, which is essentially impermeable. Enough lightsaber strikes over time will do damage and will maybe cut something off, or especially if you get a joint of Cortosis something. But the problem is, I'm one of 1% of people that know that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The rest of people that have never seen that before are probably like, what the fuck is going on? And why is this happening? And why, another genuine or legitimate question is, why after he shorted out 2 people's lightsabers, did he not just kill them instead of then going to the people that had lightsabers? But what I think, if I was doing this show and I wanted to introduce Cortosis, what I probably would have done was had it explain the first couple episodes, maybe have Chimere have given May something that was a special material called Cortosis. It was used to short out lightsaber blades. It's very rare. And that's what she may have used to defeat Indara.
Yes.
It's something like that early on to establish that.
Stop writing a better show, Ryan.
we see like the hologram footage of her like deflecting a lightsaber blade with that armor, and then the Jedi who are reviewing it are like, "What the fuck was that?" And then they can then explain like,
"Well, in the Jedi archives,
extremely rare."
Yes,
we've got records. Of this extremely rare material.
That reminds me in the fight, like he had gauntlets on too, right? Did you see him like?
He had definitely won.
Yeah, he had definitely won, but his arms were bare. Why didn't any Jedi just cut off his arm? His arms were bare.
Because that makes too much sense, Gary.
I mean, not that it matters even if he had clothes on.
Why did he just cut off his leg?
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, like, I can get the explanation of this material. It's like you're saying it's been established for decades now, so that's fair enough. It's obscure as fuck, and most people don't know about it. But okay, I can go with that. But they really didn't like stop to consider just the visual impact of watching someone headbutt a lightsaber. And it defeats it.
They thought it looked
Clearly,
cool.
Like the average audience member is just going to laugh their asses off at that.
Well, that's the problem. Is I think they only considered the visuals.
Yes,
I think all they thought was, look at how cool this will look when this lightsaber shorts out and we get sparks everywhere. And no thought was put into the actual execution of it or the setting anything up to explain to people what the fuck this is.
Yeah, and there are so many problems. Like, Gary, you mentioned he's not wearing armor. Why did May's, stun gun then not knock him out? Does Cortosis block stun guns?
It
was his
cloth cloak. And it hit him in the cape too. So
yeah,
there is a force ability called Tudominus that does allow you to absorb and redirect energy, which is the same way Yoda was able to absorb and redirect the Force lightning and shit like that. It's a super rare ability. You also need to be like consciously using it as opposed to like caught by surprise or something. But I don't know if they were implying that's what that is. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're implying that Cortosis has a suddenly new property that is, oh, by the way, you can't force mind read somebody when they're wearing it. Or if it was implied in that sequence that because he wasn't making eye contact, he couldn't do it. I'm not sure what that part meant.
But the thing is that the stun gun was then used on Sol, and Sol went down like a sack of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also true.
Well,
and
because Jedis are bad.
Well, it's interesting because May recovered within a matter of minutes, whereas Sol was out for like hours. From this,
he was out. He read the script.
Right.
He read the script. It said, "Stay down on the ground until," and it's like, "Gotcha." Because everyone had this. Everyone in this fucking episode was given a script, so they knew where to be exactly at the right time. With fucking Osha running through randomly running through the forest for Sol to intercept her at the exact time that the lightsaber's gonna hit. Why aren't you fighting with your fellow Jedi? Where you been? You got blasted back the same as everybody else. How are you over there? Wait a minute. Fucking Brown Boy Summers just come up behind me, but we've been running from that direction. So how have you come up behind us when you've got a fucking cut leg and you're on the ground over there with the guy who's now running this way towards us that should have just finished you off?
I love how he just walked it off, by the way. He just walked off that injury.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
That's fine.
I love this well. Like, you know how the lightsaber cuts through the trees, and I think they thought this was going to be an epic moment when they're facing off against each other, and then one by one the trees just topple over. It just looks so comical, stupid.
Yeah,
it's like you could just tell someone just said, "And tree fall."
Go.
When the tree falls.
You know, more detail needs to be hung on this cortosis stuff, right? Because to me, the introduction of the cortosis shorting out lightsabers undermines every engagement in this fight, because that is a win fight ability right then. Short out lightsaber, kill them, but he barely uses it. He is in long drawn out lightsaber fights for several seconds to minutes, right? And I'm just sitting there. You could win at any time, you stupid retard. You have an ability that can just disable them instantly, but he forgets he even has it and then only uses it occasionally. It's so retarded. It just undermines everything in the whole episode. Even if these fight scenes were good, which they're not good, that's the main problem that's happening. It was dumb to introduce it if they don't know how to use it properly or implement it logically, which they clearly don't, and it ruins the whole episode.
Well, this is a problem, I think, with Star Wars in general, in that they've layered on so many Force abilities, so many new kinds of armor, so many different kinds of weapons. Like, there's so much now that you have to try and account for when you're doing a battle scene, that it becomes almost impossible, because inevitably you're then going to have a million fans saying, well, why didn't he just do this in this scene? Because we know he's got the ability to do that. And it never ends then. Like, this is why it was so much easier to do lightsaber duels or battles in the OT, because the Force was relatively simple. You could do simple things with it. You could move objects. That's pretty much it. And you could Force jump. That's pretty much all you got. And then the Emperor shows up and he can fucking cast Force lightning. Damn, man, that's a scary new ability. But that was it.
That was it.
You know, now there's like a million different things that people can do in any given situation, and there's no sense of scale to it. There's no sense of like what characters should have the ability to do certain things. Anyone can do anything at any moment. So battles are impossible to account for now.
What I think they need to do a much better job of in any of these Force user versus Force user duels, they need to show people, and they kind of did, ironically, in episode 3, they showed Osha and May like trying to block, like Anna says, like whatever. They need to show people actively wielding off Force assaults. So if someone tries to grab you or push you or whatever, you need to actively see them moving and blocking it. Because then, because then it's much easier to not put the argument in. Well, why didn't you just Force choke him and pull him to you and hit him with your lightsaber? Why didn't you just Force grab him and throw him this way? Because if you show there's an ability to defend that, then those questions are not going to be out there as much, and it's going to be much more believable. Because it's true.
I know a fight that did that, Ryan. It was called
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
And that's a big question I had when the Padawan was fighting May, because she goes in unarmed, and she has a lightsaber on her hip the entire time, but she also Force pushes her and basically knocks her out. That's how she gets the first cuff on. I'm like, oh, okay, why didn't you lead with that? And then through the rest of the fight scene, I'm just like, use the Force, you retard. You could knock her out instantly. But she forgets
use the Force, retard.
The thing is, when you have two lightsabers at your disposal, you've essentially won the fight, because literally all you need to do is block the opponent's lightsaber and then turn on your other one like straight into their face.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. You've killed them.
It also makes the use of that material completely stupid as well, right? Why make a helmet out of it when you could just make it into like an arm plate? Because that'd be so much more effective. Like in any battle.
Does have an arm plate, but
as Ryan said, explain that it's really rare, explain its weaknesses. You could do that in a really short scene where you could have cut out, I don't know, multiple scenes of people slowly walking up to a fucking ship, or showing Keltnaka working on something, you know, because we have to have Wookiees working on something. You could have cut all that out and had a quick explanation of it, and it would have been completely plausible at this point.
Hey, Gary, we need more Wookiees in STEM, okay?
We do.
I thought Kelnaka was making a sandwich. I thought that's what he was doing.
Oh, what was
Why
that?
does this bad guy look like Kylo Ren as like a Jack Skellington character?
Well, doesn't Star Wars Theory think this might be a Knight of Ren or an early version of it?
Well, there's been a lot of theories like that out there since literally the...
I heard him say it.
This character was introduced.
Okay.
But considering Manny Jacinto just in an interview with Entertainment Weekly came out and said, like he was describing what they were trying to do with this character, and he said, this is what we wanted for this Sith Lord. He essentially confirmed he is a Sith in that interview.
Yep.
So, although they did play Kylo Ren's theme a little bit later on with him. So like I get why people are going to have those questions. But according to him, he says he's a Sith, but I don't know.
He's a Sith Lord. He got a master.
I think he does.
I think he does too.
I think this is the Sith apprentice. That's my guess.
So, yeah, somebody in my chat from a watch party 2 weeks ago said that he's the acolyte. He's the apprentice. And there might be another master, which could be one of the moms.
Leslie Headland.
It probably is.
Yeah.
He's too young to be the master. He's going to be like what, early 20s.
Well, and they set it up with Osha saying, "Oh, my mom can get in the head of the Jedi." They completely set it up. So,
and I don't know. I don't even know if that line was necessarily for that, or if it was still to make you wonder who this guy is.
Red herring.
Good point.
Yeah, like
good point.
The obvious red herring was that it was Chimera, but they threw in a little tiny one there at the end just to make you think, well, maybe it is one of the witches.
Well, dude, I like it was so obvious it was him. I'm like, it can't be him. It's too obvious. So I'm a sweet summer child. You know,
well,
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, well, I thought that too, Gary. But then I thought, wait, these people are really incompetent. They probably would be that dumb to just make him, them. Yeah. And they thought it was an interesting reveal, which it was not. It was bloody obvious. But my issue is like, if he's an apprentice and is this insanely tough, like we've only ever seen Palpatine take out that many Jedi with ease. Like, how tough was the master?
He's good.
Let's be clear. Palpatine took out Jedi Council level members.
Yeah.
Like the best of the fucking best in heartbeats, right? Palpatine was fucking next level.
Beat Yoda.
Yeah. Now, I would like a normal Sith apprentice would be able to fucking murk Jedi Knights like that. He should have no problem with Jackie at all. Like he should have no problem dealing with Jackie. I don't know why he didn't pull out his Shoto saber a little bit before that, especially if someone's using Jar Kai against you. That would be an immediate counter, I would imagine. But yeah, it also takes a lot of proficiency to switch into dual lightsaber fighting like she did for an apprentice. She did a really good job.
She did
better than Anakin did, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show her training in the dual lightsabers either. It was just like, I'm amazing and I can fight you because girl boss. So it came off as
female.
No.
And there's the problem.
Lightsaber knitting needles.
Light scissors. Still holding out for light scissors. We got 3 episodes.
It is a thread after all.
I still want to see I want to see the lightsaber whip because we haven't seen.
We're getting that.
That's coming soon. So, if you're trying to guess about like what's coming next, I think that if Soul contacts them, I don't fucking know. I don't know if May stops him before he does because no one's been able to contact him because he just got back to the ship. But we still have a scene from the trailer of Master Vernestra with her light whip on what looks like a forest planet.
Yes.
So I think that either they don't check in or she gets a weird report and she goes there to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Is she working against them? And she's like,
that's the only thing that would make sense.
She's the master.
Yeah. Because she's the one that's been telling them not to tell the council. Yes. I think she's actually the Sith.
Like that would actually make sense, but this is what I will say. The reason that I push back against on it is because this is not a character they invented for the Acolyte.
Right.
This is a character that has been in the High Republic books before, and she was like a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. She was just the best of the best, super girl power type of character. So I would be a little surprised if they took that character that they'd established in the High Republic and made her a secret Sith Lord.
I just don't think they do that.
I don't think they would either because of that character they already established.
The High Republic, by the way, that the best-selling High Republic comic books and books that everybody read, right?
Yeah, I could see them also doing a flashback episode. To be honest.
They're going to do another one.
Dude, yeah.
I think episode 7 is going to be flashback.
Yeah.
This one, there's too much fallout. This next episode is going to be, now that you've got the kids swap, basically, now you're going to have Osha and Chimera having what I'm sure what the writers will think will be just incredibly very in-depth conversations about the Force and about people and about good versus evil and blah, blah, blah. Hey, and then I think Soul is going to discover that May is actually not Osha as well, and you're going to have them have those same types of conversations. That's what's happening next episode.
She is going to, she's going to threaten him for information about what really happened at that 16 years earlier, and he's going to have to admit what he actually did.
Like I think May knows.
I don't think she knows necessarily because she wasn't privy to it at the time. Like she was she fell into a fucking pit or something.
whole-
and she didn't get out.
But we
until
don't
later.
know.
Dude, we don't know that Parent Trap scene at the end was so clunky because it left it open like May knows something that OSHA doesn't, but not really. I mean, and it was like was such a Lesbian Headlamp was supposed to be this great writer from Russian Doll. The dialogue is fucking awful. But the fact that it became the Parent Trap at the end was hilarious. Also got a genius meme from Perry Chan over that. so thank you for that. But yeah, like it leaves it open, Ryan, and I think we're going to get that explanation. There is some plausible deniability. Soul at the end, it looks like he pauses a little bit when he sees her, so you could say that he might sense it and is going along with it. Like might sense that that's not OSHA. I'm probably giving the show too much credit. I was saying that, but there's a little bit there. I probably am because he should absolutely sense that. That was his former Padawan.
Yeah,
like he should fucking know right away.
But then he's leaving OSHA for dead, and is like, oh, screw her.
But then, like, even if so say you know that, then he turns his back on her. And then it's like, that's not the thing you do. That is absolutely, if you're a Jedi Master, you do not turn your back on what you suspect is an enemy who wants to kill you.
I don't think he knows. He's not going to know until that.
God, that's
comes
dumb.
out.
That's so dumb. That is
he's
so
dumb.
effing dumb.
And because he's so dumb, I can't in any way give a shit about him now because he's just retarded like every other fucking character in this terribly written piece of shit.
And with everybody dead, like, what are you focusing the show on? May and OSHA? I mean, really?
Who's left?
I don't think they have the talent to handle the fallout. Like this episode should be one of the bigger disasters the Jedi have seen for a long time, but they're not going to address it. I think they're just like, he didn't even care about their bodies. He's like, well, they're dead. Screw them. Let's go down the onto the.
Didn't even say they're dead. He just walked away.
His priorities should be, regardless of his friends sitting there dead, his priority should be fucking getting back to the ship as fast as you can and contacting the Jedi.
Yes.
Like, that's immediately what he should do. If he doesn't walk in there and like the opening scene of the next episode and like immediately get on the holocom, like something's fucked up. Maybe because it only takes 30 minutes to get to Coruscant, he'll decide to go there and fly there anyway. I don't know. But
maybe he's a holocom denier.
He'll sit.
It does look
you
like
were sitting
he was
on that one for a while, weren't you?
It does look like he was an Axis power in World War II. I actually think he's Korean.
He either comes in and speaks to Venestra, and then Venestra comes to the planet so they can all die together like fucking retards, or he gets on the holocron, contacts Venestra, she comes to the planet, she's actually the Sith, or, which I'm gonna go for, he sits down and starts to talk in broken English about his feelings. And then explain to
100%.
Explain to May, who he thinks is Osho, because he promised, he's like, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah,
and he's
spills it all to her.
If in doubt, just ask yourself what would be the cheapest option to film from a production point of view, because that's probably what they'll go for. Because they only had 180 million at their disposal.
It's just like 22 and a half.
It's not like we could just burn money on big extravagant new sets or anything. Like, we have to just set this on that same jungle planet.
What was the budget for Revenge of the Sith?
130 million.
I know it's.
But that wasn't 2020 or.
I know.
And it was filmed entirely on sound stages, to be fair.
All on blue screen.
Yeah.
You know, like, and if I don't think the council's going to find out. He's going to contact Jedi Master Nepo, and she's going to say, we can't let the council know because then the public will, there'll be a public outcry. We've got to keep this under wraps. And she'll come personally to save everyone because she's so amazing. It'll be that retarded.
Why hasn't anyone said why? Why would there be a public outcry when we're dealing with internal Jedi business? Who was not us? Why is that question not been fucking said by these master Jedi? What are they a master at? Being fucking retarded?
Well, reading Miranda rights. I mean, it's Coruscant PD at this point.
Yeah.
CSI Coruscant. Yeah, Coruscant.
Coruscant.
Yeah.
I got news for you.
I got news for you. Ryan, this must give you a effing headache because a lot of this stuff is getting conflated, right, with the EU that does not exist. That does not exist.
Yes.
in this world, in Disney Star Wars, they are just plucking whatever and that's the reason they did it. They got rid of the EU right away so they could pluck the ideas, not give credit to the
Gary. They're mining.
Whatever, whatever the fuck you want to call it, mining.
I refer to it as, like,
they're
scavenging.
curating it.
Yeah. I refer to it as
Scavenging.
scavenging.
Yeah, that's
like a vulture scavenges a corpse because they killed this thing. They said we don't want it anymore. They threw it out in the trash like roadkill. And then what have they done? Like the carrion birds that they are, just sitting there and fucking pick, and you end up with this bastardized, disgusting version of this thing that you actually did have that was serviceable at one point in time. Now,
there's.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say that Sargon of Akkad just made a pretty good video describing the state of Disney Star Wars now, and it was he likened it to the cargo cults that you saw in like those Pacific Island tribes that happened to get exposed to, like, say, the Americans during World War II. They'd establish a base on their island, fight the war, it all ended, and they went off home. These guys tried to replicate the things that they had seen. Like, they tried to build control towers and runways and stuff, thinking that they would bring all the stuff that they had seen, like the planes, the people, the technology, and all that. That's kind of what Disney are doing with Star Wars, where they replicate the things that they visually know from the original Star Wars and the EU, but there's no intelligence behind it, and there's no understanding of what actually made it work behind it. It's just replicating the visual aspects of it that they think they understand and they think they recognize, in the hopes that it will make something good happen. And it never has. And it never will. They just keep failing with it.
He that breaks the thing to find out what it is left the path of wisdom. That's what it is.
Also, adjusted for inflation, Revenge of the Sith about $190 million.
So you can make that basically for the cost of the Acolyte.
Yeah,
roughly.
And I was actually wrong about 130. It was 113
Yeah.
million. So
It
my
was
bad.
It was the cheapest of the prequels.
Yeah.
Really? Well, you know what? Oh no, because he already had everything set up. So
from
before. Yeah,
well,
that
it's
totally
fucking
makes
baffling
sense.
as well.
Yeah.
In the space of 20 years, it's basically like inflation has doubled.
Yeah,
the
that's
cost
the reason
of
why.
it.
Insane. They're all listed for about the same budget. But
They are.
because of
But the reason
inflation,
that's cheaper is because we knew we were getting one. It wasn't like, oh, if Attack of the Clones doesn't do good, we're not going to get one. No, he knew he was going to get it, and they repurposed that. So yeah, no, that's smart. It's actually smart, and it turned out okay for him. Made him a few bucks. He was able to sell it to Disney and become a bazillionaire. And back by Bob Iger, retire in
Hope it
peace.
helps you sleep at night, George. All that money.
He's sleeping great. These little Diet Cokes and cafeteria cheeseburgers. Good for George, man. Good for George.
Living the dream, truly.
Living the effing dream. I don't know how it could get any worse. And like I agree.
Find a way, Gary.
Just like hold my beer.
I agree.
We say this every time a new show comes out.
We do. I know the show comes back. This was like, I mean, it was the best episode. Perry had the best tweet though. Best episode so far. 1 out of 10.
It was because they didn't have as much time for dialogue.
Yes,
exactly. That's the only
because
reason.
I don't know, because I love fight scenes so much, and there was so many problems.
Chad,
all
it's
throughout
not
this
that
power
episode was not
scaling.
worse than episode 3. Episode 3.
To me, it was.
Episode 3 is rock bottom for Disney Star Wars. Absolute rock bottom, worst fucking episode anything they've ever fucking made. And that's saying something.
Episode 3
four might have been
episode
worse.
3 redefined the meaning of cringe.
It did.
It was impressive.
If 4 had lesbian space witches singing, it would have been worse. But that was, and they were so proud of that, Ryan. They put the composer up, and they're like, "This is the costume designer."
It's
and
culturally relevant. All the music.
God.
I've got this weird feeling that there's going to be another episode like that. There's going to be an equally controversial one before it's all over.
How?
Make a statement.
I don't know. I think
the
they're going to
reveal
find a
of what
way.
the Jedi did. I think they're going to butcher and destroy the concept of the Jedi in this show.
Probably,
and you know,
yeah.
Gary, I think from your perspective, I agree. Just so much of the fun for Star Wars for me is awesome lightsaber fights. I mean, I love the prequels for those. You know, Revenge of the Sith, friggin' masterful. This was so bad, just consistently, again and again. Everything in there, like to me, I hated it more than all the others. Not because of the serious damage it's doing to Star Wars. I agree. I think the other ones do more. It's just this was just a consistent fire hose of crap that I just kept getting slapped in the face.
But Chad, there were so many different colors.
Yay!
They were waving them all
if
over
all
the
the
place.
lightsabers added together would make the pride flag. I'm not sure that they
Yes,
quite
like a Care Bear stare.
That's so true. No, what we
think
said
that's
this
what they were trying
we
for.
said this years ago. What it's missing is what I liked about Star Wars, Shad, Han, Luke, and Leia, Anakin, Ben Kenobi, Darth Vader, Chewbacca. I like the characters. I really like the characters, and it had a lot of heart. And this has none of, and Soul, it has none of that. It is sterile. It's like Ryan said, it's just this scavenged thing that they've tried to piece together. It's not even a zombie. It's not even a Frankenstein monster, because at least that came alive. It's
Disney raping a corpse.
Taxidermy, Gary, is what it is.
Yeah, it's taxidermy. Yes.
Yeah.
And the problem is it doesn't have heart, soul, or brains. So
Nothing
really got nothing.
It's a fucking skin suit, is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And the characters are so annoying. When those two died in the episode, far from feeling sad, I cheered. I was like, finally,
I know.
I actually, that's how bad it's gotten. I was happy to see them just get killed off, so I don't have to.
It should
put up
bother
with
you.
I laughed when Yor died. When Yor died, I laughed. When she died, I was like, oh wow.
I was
killed
shocked.
the OP character.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Right until the end of the episode, I still expected her to get up and walk off.
That's right.
I wouldn't be surprised
They're
if she
still
survives
tired.
next episode.
Yeah, she's in a hospital.
Her and Yord.
I've
I
got
like
two
Yord.
stomachs.
I liked Yord's death. I liked him fucking snapping his neck brutally like that. One of the biggest problems with that scene, unfortunately, is that Soul is like paralyzed by retardation, because there's like a 20-second moment when like Yord ambushes them and does something where Soul could be helping, he could be doing anything, and he's just like staring.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
That's half the episode.
But
Yes.
one of my
And if you're not
biggest
on the camera,
problems.
the show forgets about you. If you're not on the camera, the show's just like, you're not there.
Yeah.
One of
that
the
right?
big problems I had with the fight scene stuff, it's not going to be as in detail as Shad's criticisms are, obviously. But my biggest problem is all of the opportunities specifically that Smilo Ren had to kill people and instead decided to do something else, like chasing someone across a forest. Like he does that little coat. He does the coat trick to Soul, and instead of going and killing him, he grabs Osha or May or whoever was there at the time. Like it's just like decision after decision where he could kill these people, and instead he decides to do something else entirely.
You want to hear about?
He acts as if like I've thrown a coat on his head. Well, that's him out of the fight now. I don't have to worry about it.
Dude, so I stole that clip from as it was obvious, but then the next clip that I left out for my review because I looked at it again. I'm like, oh, this is probably gonna look really bad. Was the Sheriff Bart clip from Blazing Saddles where he takes himself hostage? And I was going to throw that in there, but I forgot he drops a couple of N-bombs and then reference. I'm like, that's probably not a good idea to put this clip in.
Gary, I've put that into my fight scene autopsy at that moment, but I took out the N-words. But it's that retarded when he gets May and holds the lightsaber. It's like, she's the other bad guy. Why do you care?
Better back off, guys. He's serious.
It was so stupid.
So stupid, dude.
I mean, I know you can say, yeah, but maybe he wants to save May. Nobody gives a shit. Soul pretend. We don't even know if Soul was thinking that. We are creating our own fucking attempts at logic because the show isn't producing any of it.
There is no logic. There is no logic to this show. They contradict themselves. Just two major scenes that we've all pointed out where all of a sudden May doesn't want to be arrested. Like, she was all willing to turn herself in, and now she doesn't want to be arrested. Now there could be some context, but we didn't get it. We absolutely didn't get it. And Smilo Ren had an opportunity to kill Osha at the end of the 4th episode. He could have just cut her head off right there. But he force pushes her away and then tries to kill her later. Like, why didn't you just kill her there?
And then at the end, he takes her away. He puts his coat on and says, "You're my fucking acolyte now, I guess," or something or other. And
it's like, what's the difference
we
between
have
twins?
3 more episodes to fill.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So there, Oh God, we're writing the show again. So maybe the twins are in on it. Maybe they can communicate with maybe there's some fucking new ability where they can talk to each other. Ryan, I feel you.
That's in Disney Star Wars.
I feel you. So
It's called bad writing.
You know, I went through this with Rings of Power, right? So I have great empathy for the EU people out there. Because I have not read every book. I read way more of the comics, the Dark Horse comics, than I did the books. And them canceling it and then plucking all this stuff, and then Disney relying on fans conflating stuff that doesn't, according to Disney, count anymore until they decide to use it is fucking frustrating. And that's the worst part about this. It's fucking
day one
thievery. And they do that twofold, right? So they can the reason they admitted to is so we can have room to create our own stuff, and also so Disney doesn't have to pay any kind, which they don't, any kind of residuals at all to any of the authors for coming up with that. If there's any previous deals with George Lucas,
I've heard like that argument a lot too. I think that is like so down the level. Well, they didn't want to adapt these things because they have to pay royalties.
They didn't pay Alan Dean Foster though, Ryan. Like that,
you have to pay your writers that are writing this anyway.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
do.
That's such like a tiny nothing.
It is
like
but
Marvel, DC. These guys pay out royalties out the wazoo. Like that. That's
not
just,
much.
Not
anymore.
Like, but that's what I'm talking about. Is like this is an established thing that's happened. I don't think that has anything to do with it.
I talked to Len Wein, who created Wolverine. He didn't get shit. He didn't get fucking shit from the studio. Actually, Hugh Jackman had to give him money when he was dying. So
DC's much better about it than Marvel
They
historically has been. Like Marvel period before the Disney buyout, just Marvel.
But don't
Like
underestimate like ripping off creators and accounting as a reason. It's not the biggest reason, no, because they don't care.
They have to pay them less. They have to pay the new writers less.
I mean, well, also, like they'd have to pay writers anyway, even if they were adapting the EU stuff. But by canceling it out, that means no royalties and just the writing cost. And
But it's mostly so they could just fucking do whatever they want.
Own the right, like they own the rights to shit. You know what I mean? They can fucking take whatever they want.
Yep.
And they have been. It's not like the person who created Cortosis is getting like you know what I mean? It's the same logic that comes into a lot of these other things.
I also think there might be language in the deal where Lucas just said, yeah, you don't have to pay these people. It's like, those are deals with me. And there's an argument to be made that those were deals with Lucas. And if it's sold, and the language might be in the I don't fucking know. But
like, for instance, like George Lucas took a bunch of shit from the EU when he was making the prequels. Now there's some things he wanted to do his own way. Yeah. But in terms of some of the worlds and some of the ships and some of the, the technology concepts, he took a lot of that stuff and lifted it from the expanded universe. And I don't know if anybody was ever getting like, oh, we're giving you royalties for the thing that you wrote for our company was now used in something else for the company.
Lesson there, creators, save the best shit for yourself. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's put this article up because apparently this show is the death of review bombing, everybody.
Oh,
okay.
This is it.
Really?
Wow. It's over.
It's over.
Oh, wow, no more.
Wow,
how exactly is this the death of review?
This is
bombing?
Wired. This is Wired
Wired,
magazine, the citadel of journalism.
Yeah.
I thought
Journalism.
it was closed down. I thought Wired got shut down.
It will be.
man.
Yeah. Like, just assume it all will be soon. They're not making any money. They used to be a magazine. I actually got interviewed by Wire in 2010. 2010.
I'm not calling it review, but
For
100 years ago.
It was 100 years ago for my comic shop. It was right after I had the green hair for Comic-Con. And then you see in the interview, if it gets looked up, I have a shaved head because I shaved it as soon as I got back because I didn't want to have green hair all the time. But
that was
Somebody find that photo.
Green hair when you married your husband Mel and then went to San Francisco.
I was already living in San Francisco with my husband
With
Mel,
Mel.
the salon owner. You know. The Acolyte and the long-awaited death of review bombing. Lesbian Hand Lab's new Star Wars show is getting positive reviews from critics and being trashed by the audience. Some are calling it review bombing, but it's more complicated than that. Is it?
No, it's
And
shit.
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's a
called,
good thing.
Leaving a
just an
review on a
intro.
movie you don't like is what it is.
That's an intro to I'm now about to perform logical gymnastics to justify the thing that I want.
Yeah.
You know, You've gone too deep into YouTube fandom when you can't remember which dude with an expensive microphone told
that's
you
you now.
what while speaking straight to a camera. Well, for one, you're supposed to speak straight into the camera. This microphone, not expensive.
Yeah, I resent that. Who said my microphone was expensive?
This is actually made by, correct me if I'm wrong, Garrett, because you're the one who picked it out for me.
Yeah.
This is made by the same people who made the Shure mic, but it's like $150, same mic.
Yeah. Technicians left and made this.
Yeah.
Made it affordable.
So it's affordable. Okay, so fuck you, Wired. But they're not talking about me.
We're criticizing you for having good audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and your good equipment.
I'll take that.
How
I'll take
dare
that,
you
Jason.
afford an
White
expensive
privilege.
microphone?
White privilege, yo.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about me. No, they're talking about somebody who's not fucking here, by the way. Still earlier this week, that was the particular Sarlacc pit. Oh, fuck off.
Oh my god. Article writer, stop.
They know Star Wars.
I'm reading this wrong.
Oh,
Still,
yeah.
earlier this week, that was the particular Sarlacc pit I had been sucked into. Word had spread that fans were review bombing the Acolyte on Rotten Tomatoes, and curiosity got the best of me. Oh no. First I watched, and Jeremy needs to put this in his bio on Twitter right now. This dude with a mic video. So that links directly to one of Jeremy's 1,000 videos where he's going like this.
They know exactly who he is and whatnot, but they just don't want to put Geeks and Gamers or whatever it is.
He did link to the video.
They
Yeah.
should call Jeremy the review bomber.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
He just needs to grow his beard out a little more.
Oh, you know, they hate us so much because we have more reach than them. It's
Yes.
so bitter about it.
I forgot.
How many views has that video got from Jeremy, by the way, please?
Let's take a look.
114,000.
Yeah, be on something like that.
They got a dream of
142,000.
Yeah.
That is like 142,000 more than the people who watched that has read this out.
Cope and seethe, bitch.
It's so funny. You can tell that all these publications are right on the brink of becoming completely obscure and irrelevant because now is when they start lashing out at the people that are replacing them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Neon pointed out, like we've suspected this for a long time, but I just think it's worse now that they're just gaslighting because they need, YouTubers and you guys in the audience to talk about them to get any kind of attention. I honestly forgot about Wired completely. Like the only reason I know Screen Rant is still around is because they put up the dumbest fucking headlines.
Yes. Yeah.
They really do.
They write the dumbest shit. I just forgot about Wired. So this dude with a mic video, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, which claimed that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy doesn't like Star Wars fans. Well, I mean, why would he claim such a crazy thing?
I don't know.
You know,
Maybe
when they
all the
call the
interviews
Star
she's
Wars
done-
fans bigots and misogynists and sexists and stuff,
Racists.
it gives you the impression that they don't like us. You know? Wonder
So,
why.
with the Rings of Power in particular, the gaslighting of the fandom actually came from the top there. So I would assume the same thing happens at Disney. I've heard as much, but I know what happened at Amazon. They came out swinging because they knew they were going to get clapback for their show. And we saw this same thing with the Acolyte. Now, Ryan, I think you said this was the first, and I haven't gone back and checked the dates. I thought it was Obi-Wan, but like this was probably technically the first time they preemptively attacked the fans before a show came out, before anything happened.
Yeah, because the Obi-Wan Kenobi one happened basically the weekend after the premiere, like when they dropped the first 2 or maybe 3 episodes or whatever, a couple days after that. Because remember, the car video was, him saying, "Thank you for making this weekend the biggest debut in Disney Plus history, blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, Moses Ingram is black, and so everyone's mad." Like, this is the first time a week, 2 weeks before release, they're like, "Hey, by the way." Now, Lucasfilm did tell Moses Ingram that she would be subject to racist attacks, if you remember that.
I do.
That was something they told her before the show came out. But in terms of, that was like an internal thing, you know what I mean? Not like basically a press release from Kathleen Kennedy and Leslie Headland.
Yeah, they said you're going to get racist attacks. So what we're doing is we're making an Instagram video for you. So when the show comes out, we're going to put it up and claim massive amounts of racism. And then we're going to call up Ewan McGregor. Don't give a shit where he's doing. He could be driving down the street in his car for a week and get pull over and immediately record a video.
Yeah, and to illustrate the racism, we need the 3 best examples. The absolute best example. Those 2 don't work. Okay, well, we're gonna run them anyways.
Yeah, no dates on them at all.
No dates, anything. Just mild criticism of her acting ability, which is pretty bad.
I think one of them was like,
we'll run it
"This
anyways.
isn't very good" or something, and they're just like, "They'll do." That's a
What's
racism.
calling her a diversity hire, and
Yes.
it's like racism.
Like, well, if the boot fits.
So Kathleen Kennedy doesn't like Star Wars fans that Lucasfilm started attacking the fans before the show ever came out, which it did.
Yeah,
which it did.
Yep. 100% provable.
Women have a harder time in Star Wars because of the male fan base that made Star Wars what it was. Instead of just going, hey, we got a new show coming out. Hope you like it. Can't start with that, can we?
Can we just tweet this and just say that tourists are finding it really difficult thanks to actual fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn you! Why can't you just like everything we make?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have to criticize us?
Fans always loved everything that was made and never complained about it. In the history of fucking fandom, they never complain about shit. Please.
No, never.
That was to tell you that they knew that they had a pile of trash. And that's a quote. And I completely agree with Jeremy. Jeremy's not wrong. Another ball-capped person noted.
Another person of ball cap.
Wearing ball caps is now alt-right. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Soon being bald will be alt-right.
Yes.
Gosh.
Well, it already is.
It kind of is. Yeah. Skinheads. The main reason why this show is such a debacle is because it doesn't feel like Star Wars. Fans like me, longtime fans like us, we're not buying this crap. This is garbage, and we got to call them out for it. After that, it was this, which explained that the very thing fans complain about are the virtue signals that Hollywood establishment has invested so much into that they simply can't accept the audience not responding to them. I'm detecting no lies here.
Yeah, these are all facts.
Yeah.
In turn, the video's narrator concluded the industry blames review bombing, which they do. Can we just bring up once again House of the Dragon? Ryan, House of the Dragon has a couple leads.
Yeah, weird. House of the Dragon, female-led, very diverse cast, gay cast members and gay characters. Somehow not review bombed. I don't understand. Where are all the racist, sexist, bigoted homophobes out there? They must be used up all the bandwidth on their data plans by downvoting the Acolyte. No time to go over to House of the Dragon.
It's worth pointing out as well. People were primed to hate House of the Dragon.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
After season 8 of Game of Thrones, they were not
Absolutely.
loving the idea of a new series, and that first trailer didn't ingratiate itself with the fans. When one of the first bits of dialogue you hear is men would rather see the kingdom burn than a woman on the throne. So the show established pretty quickly what it was aiming for, and yet people still embraced it and ended up loving it because it was really good and it was really well written.
Yeah, it won
It's
them
funny
over.
how that works, isn't it?
I was expecting a dumpster fire from those trailers and the comments that the actors and everyone was saying.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I just got all this woke messaging, so I was expecting the worst. And the first episode was like, "Holy crap!"
And you know how they presented that statement is some men would rather see the kingdom burn than a woman on the throne, and some men wouldn't. That's that, and it's pretty even through. A lot of people back Rhaenyra, a lot of men back Rhaenyra, and it's
just because they want to fuck her, though.
so. Is that a problem?
It's a
motivation. I'm just laying out facts. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's where they're backing her.
yeah, it's,
House of the Dragon twice being a great example, a great juxtaposition between the crap that we're getting and then something that's good and how fans react to that. It happened with Rings of Power, and it's happening with this. Season 3, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to fight against on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it will be, though.
For perspective, here's what happened. The Acolyte hit Disney D+ on June 4th. The critical score on the tomato meter sat somewhere around 80+%. It was actually at 93. Unless you're talking about top critics. Percentage range, not quite certified fresh, but pretty solid. In the intervening weeks, the audience score plummeted and now hovers around 13 to 14%. It popped up to 14% after the best episode, which has led to reports that the show is being review bombed, aka hit with bad faith negative audience reviews, since some reports connected this flood of bad scores to the show's diverse cast and LGBTQ plus themes, or lesbian space witches. I mean, they were lesbian space witches.
Yeah, that's
right?
an accurate statement.
Where's the lie?
Yeah.
What about positive? What about positive review bombing? Never bring
Well,
that
that
up.
doesn't count,
doesn't
though.
exist, Garrett.
Yeah, when people flood it with positive reviews, that's just fans loving the show.
Yes.
Or when the critics do it.
Right.
Now there's
Ones
been
that get access.
Now there's been a debate, everybody. There's been a debate about whether the poor reviews were coming from homophobic, racist, and misogynist quarters of the fandom.
I hope
Ding,
so.
ding, ding, ding.
I hope so.
Take a drink every time they mention that. So
That's right.
I know that's where mine came from.
Can confirm.
Last week, the Hollywood Reporter asked showrunner, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland, Russian doll, about the response to the show while stipulating that she didn't think her show was queer with a capital Q. What does that even mean?
Whatever that
I don't know the
means.
difference.
I think
I think she's trying to say, yeah, it's gay as fuck, but
Yeah.
not like Liberace levels of gay.
It's queer in the sense that'll make you go, what?
Just enough to disappoint your dad.
It's more like closeted than Liberace.
Yeah.
I think what she means is, even though there's queer coded characters and clearly like relationships between these witches and shit like that, I think what she is trying to say is that she doesn't feel like queerness is like the point of the show. But
funny because that goes against like all of her interviews.
Yeah.
Just could not stop talking about that stuff.
3
Like,
years
wow.
before this happened, she said that her show will be influenced by her life as a queer woman.
Yes.
Like, that's what she said 3 years
Yes.
before the show came out. So
Yeah.
is it weird that people are reading into that, especially when it's right? on
Yeah,
the screen?
isn't it
Probably
weird that
not.
somebody from Hollywood talks out of both sides of their mouth and will just answer whatever question they need to at the time? Weird.
Nerds are gay, remember? Nerds are gay.
Yeah, I think it's
Gay
gay
as
with a
Star
capital
Wars
G. You know,
Yeah. The only people in Hollywood that don't talk out of both sides of their mouth are ones with Bell's palsy.
Wow.
I was going to say Michael J. Fox, but that would be
I was going to
mean.
say Chris Gore.
Oh, what's that? How is that a bridge too far? Did the man not have a
right
stroke?
to where it needs to be.
Chris enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he did. He laughed like this.
Don't laugh, you'll
It's okay. Nurse is giving him Jello as we speak.
He is.
Real strokes of genius.
I did refer to Chris Gore in the video with strokey muck stroke face. Thank you.
That's what he is. That's what he is.
Love you, Frank.
We love you,
Yeah,
Frank.
we love Chris Gore.
Headlamp said it was disheartening that people would think that if something were gay, that it would be bad. No, it's bad first and gay. So it's not bad because it's gay.
It's
just bad.
By the way,
Okay.
Gary, I hate disheartening things. Fucking.
It makes me feel sad, and a bunch of people on the internet would somehow dismantle what I consider the most important piece of art I've ever made.
Holy shit!
Good Lord.
Stop
You
saying
need to
that.
expand your portfolio. There.
Yeah.
You're raising your own bar. Don't do that. Set expectations way too high.
You know, these like activists, people like Leslie and everything like that who want to push the message, they expect everyone to be as invested in, say, a gay romance as they would in a straight romance. And they don't understand a simple little fact. Most people are straight. You know, when I was a teenager and I was reading Spider-Man, right? I was invested in Peter Parker hooking up with Mary Jane because as a teenager, I would like to hook up with Mary Jane. She was hot. I'm attracted to women, right? I'm not attracted to men. And so if there's a character trying to, you know, pursue another male character or something like that, I'm not invested in that because I'm not gay. It's a simple logic that they don't seem to understand, that most straight people, they won't get as invested in, you know, gay relationships because it's harder for people.
Trying hard enough, Shad.
You're just not. Yeah, I should embrace it a bit more.
Sounds like Nazi talk to me.
In the wise words of Mrs. Nerdrotic, how in the hell do you fuck up lesbian space witches? I mean, that.
And yet here we are.
God.
Yet here we are. Normally, I'm down for that
power
kind
of many, Gary.
Ah, yes. Well, hey, speaking of that, they linked to another YouTube channel that we know. These comments led to a bunch of reaction videos, which is how I ended up in the YouTube rabbit hole. Each video I watched had lots of nuance, but one of them, did they say lot? Oh, well, they gave us credit.
Oh, wow.
They actually, whoa,
They're not
I got a
gonna
little
present
whiplash from
any of
that. Yeah, don't present any of it. But one theme kept coming up, seems to be the heart of the problem. Reviewers aren't bigots. They just think the Acolyte is garbage and not Star Wars. Now, I think that's the link. God, is this? I didn't pre-read this article. Could they be mentioning nuance?
Whose is it?
No, that's not. Okay, that's
Echo Base.
Echo Base.
Okay.
Is this the where they? Is that the one where he goes the power? It's Darth Vader going the power of many.
Power of one.
No, he has Darth Vader going the power of one, the power of two, and the power of many.
Yeah,
I was looking for that. Maybe is that the first link or the second link? That's it. Okay.
The Echo Base one. That's the link. That's what I saw from it. Yeah.
You want to hit it and hit play and see if it's the one? Let's hear it.
If you only knew the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Give back
How did he do that?
AI.
Many powers.
Wow.
Many powers.
You know how they put Ryan's face on Amandla Stenberg? Same
That was
thing.
amazing.
That was absolutely amazing.
You know,
That's so
AI is
funny.
the path to many abilities. That
Oh
some
God.
as
Why did I say as? Shad? No Twilight talk. No AI talk.
I didn't go there, Gary.
Zip it. No, you're about to.
No, I wasn't.
You're gonna AI your own Twilight movie, aren't you?
So,
Yes,
me.
Well,
Yeah.
how do I learn this power?
We are over 20,000.
We are over 20,000,
Blade
so
and Twilight.
hail.
Did
Thank
you
you.
just say Blade and Twilight are on the same level?
Did we hit a record?
Get up to 20,063.
Oh, we'll get there. Hopefully. As long as Shad keeps his mouth shut about certain movie. Disney's ownership of Lucasfilm is ruining the franchise, and these pissed off fans are posting reviews to point out the show's many flaws. Wow.
Wow, this is correct.
Hold up.
This is
Hold up.
correct.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
This might be
Something
a
is
first.
right.
Well, I mean, Drinker, you did it in your video, and I think a lot of the latest videos, we just talked about the show. We didn't even talk about the minutia around the show. We're like, okay, fine. Let's just talk
Well,
about
that's the thing. It's
the
a
show.
target-rich environment. There's so much shit about the actual writing and the characters that you don't need to talk about any of the other stuff.
Nope.
It's so easy.
I mean, it's definitely part of the conversation, but we do not have to bring it up at this point. We'll just, all right, we'll break down what happens in the show, and you will laugh. And like I said in my video, we don't have to even embellish. We could just go, she totally just changed her mind. She wanted to turn herself in, and now she doesn't. And they turned it into the fucking Parent Trap, the goddamn Parent Trap. But you got to find that meme, Garrett. I got to show it off again.
Oh yes, yeah, I'll get it.
That should be in the meme Louvre. But
Yeah,
it should.
that was
There should be a meme Louvre, and that should be in it.
There should.
Taking this at face value, I just say, okay. Putting aside personal feelings about the show's quality, I am a bad queer person who hasn't watched The Acolyte yet. No, you're
Fucking hell, they haven't even watched it.
Oh, right. So, whoa. They give
Wait,
themselves
what?
away. They're saying, I have to watch it because I'm queer. Because you give yourself away with this bullshit.
That's why they do this.
Exactly.
That's why they do this. They try to make it into some kind of movement. And you want to know why? Because it worked. It worked with Black Panther. They actually convinced people that you were fighting racism if you watched a Black Panther movie. And I'm not kidding.
Convinced everybody to trade in their food stamps for movie tickets for one weekend.
That Wakanda was a real place.
Yo, you take EBT?
Yeah.
Remember-
Walk up to AMC. Is this called AMC or EBT?
Ryan, guys, remember when there was a series when that one? I think it was a girl who went on TikTok or whatever and said, "White people need to wait to watch Wakanda Forever. We need to like,
yeah,
and
it's our
We
time.
need to actively keep white people out." So it's like,
I mean, I think they're still waiting.
That's
That's
the
the problem.
Wakanda Forever.
do you remember Wakanda Forever? I mean, I watched it. I reviewed it.
Amor.
The way that the air in Wakanda smells so much better than outside.
Oh, we're gonna get to Marvel in just a second. Did you hear the budget for fucking Captain Black Falcon America?
350 to 375.
Whoa, what?
You know it's gotta be higher.
Fail.
Based on what we know, Gary and I know this, it's probably going to be north of 400
Yes.
easily.
I would
Oh,
say
you have to-
500.
You have to shoot a movie twice, yeah.
We're so
Oh my
pulling up
God,
your
dude.
Discord. Okay, this is
We're
great.
so bored.
Oh.
So I mean, it has to make $1 billion to break even. Maybe it might have to be like 1.1
No,
at this point.
1.2 billion.
Yeah,
It's gonna be more.
it's gonna do like
Smaller
Avatar.
suggestion, because they've reshot it so many times, they probably have 3 or 4 complete movies. You should just release all of them.
Yeah, right.
And just
Choose
see
the
which
right
one-
time.
Have
At
Snyder
exactly the same time.
have Snyder redo it, and then like you can come out with a Snyder cut with a completely different title.
Yeah.
All right, back to this. We'll get to that.
No,
Just
no, just
Captain
call it
America,
Zack
Feather
Snyder's
Child.
we'll get
Captain
to that.
America. Just call it that.
We got some Marvel talk coming up with Fantastic Four,
Oh, we'll
Black
get to that.
Falcon, Captain America. We will get there. This person is admitted to not seeing it. I mean, I appreciate the honesty. They say they're a bad queer person for not seeing it, which again, appreciate the honesty.
You're not, by the way.
No, the Acolyte yet. I haven't seen the Acolyte yet, despite the instructions that went out in this month's Gay Agenda newsletter after my YouTube jaunt. I'm not sure if skipping this show makes me a bad Star Wars fan or a good one. Makes you a good one, probably.
Good one.
Smart
It'll
person.
make you a happier one.
There's another argument to be made. Sometimes franchises have had bad installments. True. Or just installments not everyone enjoys. And that's the line. Star Wars,
True.
like all brilliant creations, derives its genius from its malleable George Lucas's world building thrives. In fact, that anyone can imagine what's happening 3 star systems away. Lucas himself reinforced this by turning to different writers and directors to make The Empire Strikes Back. Well, it's because he got burned down in directing. He was getting a divorce and all that too. But he went to his instructor from USC, Irving Kershner, who was fucking rad, by the way, and made a brilliant movie. And Return of the Jedi wasn't as brilliant, but okay. Richard Marquand, who is no longer with us. He did Eye of the Needle. I remember he did Eye of the Needle before that. And I watched Eye of the Needle because he was directing Return of the Jedi, and I didn't like it. Disney has maybe gone too overboard with the amount of content it's been made since the $4 billion acquisition of Lucasfilm in 2012. Even CEO Bob Iger has copped to that by trying to say that it's an untouchable franchise that shouldn't be iterated upon is ridiculous. Every band makes one album their true fans don't like. Every director misfires once in a while. Yeah, but okay. Okay.
This is the problem.
Once in a while.
This isn't a bad album.
If we'd had solid content from Disney Star Wars up until now, sure, we could forgive one bad show.
Yeah.
But it's all been bad, essentially. So you can't just say, like, oh, well, this is just an off day for them.
No.
Like, people
No,
are
this is a
burned
disingenuous
by Star
argument.
Wars now because you have given them nothing but crap for 10 years. Of course they're going to be pissed off. And of course they're going to be cynical about anything that you make now.
I mean,
They're
they've
probably
done
going to not
such-
want you to make any more stuff.
Yeah, they've done such a thorough job. I know some of the most hardcore Star Wars fans, like massive, huge fans, that have checked out on that. Like completely dead. Star Wars is dead to them. And that takes like something special to disenfranchise such full-on fans. Look at, I mean, even Star Wars Theory, he can't stand, Acolyte and what Disney's been doing lately. It's incredible how effectively
It's
and thoroughly they've been
indefensible. That's why it's the Marvels of Star Wars. It's absolutely indefensible. I can't, but I can understand an argument like somebody being, Ewan McGregor coming back to Obi-Wan. I still think Obi-Wan's the worst because it shits on both franchises equally. I still think it's the fucking worst. It does the most damage to lore. This is it's just shit. It's just absolute shit. But this isn't.
Everyone's like, I can't believe that they had Ki-Adi-Mundi show up. He's not supposed to be born yet. It's like, you realize these motherfuckers had Obi-Wan and Vader fight again, right?
Yeah, twice.
and lead Leia around the galaxy on some fucking adventure.
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
No, Leia led them.
So Ki-Adi-Mundi's Ki-Adi-Mundi's age is like insignificant compared to that. Okay,
we're way fucking down that road.
We're way down the road.
Same guy involved with the lore in both cases, though. Dave Filoni. Deborah Chow said that Dave Filoni was a touchstone, that he would always go to her, she would always go to him while asking questions about Star Wars lore and what we should do here, and would that fit? Is this in continuity? Dave Filoni's always had his hands over all this bullshit.
Yep.
As much as some people still decide to suck his fucking little cock.
Ryan does not like
Wars?
Dave Filoni. Just in case you didn't know.
Where did he touch you, Ryan? Where did he?
Ryan, what did he say
In the
about
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars lore? That it was
Star Wars.
it was a type of music that he could change at a whim or something like that. I forget the exact quote.
Filoni? I don't know if I don't know the exact quote.
You can pull the
you're
article.
talking about,
The rest of the article is going to be like, it was just a bad day. No, this isn't like Load and fucking Reload from Metallica, which are fucking garbage. And I would argue the Black Album too. Come at me, Metallica fans. It's not good. But it's not like a bad couple of albums. This is a bad decade. It's a bad ownership. Sure. Rogue One. I'll give you Rogue One. Rogue One is, you can call a decent movie.
I liked Rogue One.
Mid.
Yeah, and
it's one of those films that like nobody has strong opinions on. It's just like, it was fine, I guess.
It's because it's mid and it's
Best
only
I can say.
remembered for the last 20 minutes in the Vader sequence,
Exactly.
which in retrospect is retarded.
Yes.
Like because Vader goes to fight Ben Kenobi 20 minutes later, he looks like this.
He used all of his energy up fighting all of the rebels.
Why didn't Vader's retarded ass just grab the guy that had the fucking plans instead of wasting his time bouncing a motherfucker up and down the ceiling and the floor? Just grab the dude with the plans. What are you doing?
Yep. Good point. Good point.
Darth Vader's retarded, so.
Yeah. There we go. That Perry Chan. Hail
I
Perry.
edit with my hero.
You do.
That guy from Squid Game, I do love it.
Yes. I like Leslie Headland's wife.
Agent Ezra Miller.
It's a look-alike ring-a-ding laugh affair. Walt Disney presents Amandla Stenberg, The Jedi Trap. And I love it. It's got Yord in a dress.
Yes, but right.
Let's get together.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But ultimately, we knew this would be bad. I just didn't know the discourse would be like this fucking nuts. Like, it's nuts. Dying down a little bit now, but it was like, holy shit, like off the charts.
It really is weird.
When episode 3 came out, like it went thermonuclear.
Yeah.
It really is weird that this is what got a lot of normies triggered. Like we were saying, like it's been going down that road for a long time, but this
I think it's because this show is so bad. Everyone is laughing. It's gone to complete and utter out and out mockery now. So people are wanting the show because now they're watching the ball cap people and whatever else they say, because they are desperate to laugh along with all the stupidity that goes along the show. When you put a laughter track, you could put a laughter track into this and it would work. Legitimately work. For a lot of scenes.
Some banana slips and stuff.
I just pictured that when the Padawan got killed and a laugh track coming in after. That would have been perfect.
I think you're right. You're totally right. The difference is before there wasn't a South Park episode specifically pointing this out.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Specifically. That's why we're at that.
We've
Go
reached that tipping point now
Oh.
where it has become just acceptable to mock this.
Yeah.
Sort of thing now. And it's mainstream now, the mockery of
Yeah,
it.
it hit the zeitgeist.
Yeah, and so it's not going to stop now. And essentially, you try and produce anything along these lines in future, it's going to get the same treatment. You can't win now as Disney.
No. Like radical change is neat. Well, it was needed a long time ago, but now that it's like this embarrassing, especially after they reaffirmed Bob Iger and we're going to change things and quality over quantity shit. And then they come out with this, which is, like you said, the living embodiment of the South Park meme and the episode. I mean, it's the absolute living embodiment of it. There had to be some people with a brain at Disney who saw that South Park episode and went, "Oh, fuck."
They got us, bro.
What are we gonna do? They looked at Acolyte and just saw.
They honestly should have just released it all at one go and got it over with.
Like Echo,
like they would have taken a hit in terms of whatever viewership they hope to get, but man, they're just prolonging the agony now by doing this on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good.
Every
week is something new. Because it's the weekly release, I've had enough time to do a 1.5 hour fight scene. I love it. It's great.
And it's
you guys know what's happening, like the next Star Wars project out? You know what it is?
No, what is it?
Oh, it's Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew, which
Jude Law?
I don't think anybody's going to be interested in that shit. It's basically like a spaceship full of kids who get lost in another galaxy and have adventures along the way.
Like Oliver Twist in space?
Wow.
Jude Law
Is it
animated? Poor Jude Law. I like Jude Law. He always ends up like as these franchises that are like about to die. He plays some role in it, whether it's like in Captain Marvel or like in the Fantastic Beasts movies where he plays Dumbledore and shit like that. Dude can't. He acts like some shit, but I like him as an actor. But I always end up hating so much of the shit he's involved in.
Is it live action?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
We've also got a Ray movie to look forward to.
Oh, we got a Ray movie. I have a teaser for next episode. You guys want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Let's take a look.
I claim my Fourth Amendment rights to not be unlawful. Hey, you just touched my penis. Please don't do that. I'm not transgender, non-binary. I don't want to be searched by a man. I'm transgender, non-binary, and I don't want to be searched by a man. I claim my Fourth Amendment rights.
Perfect.
My
penis.
Don't
do that.
I called the guy Asian Ezra Miller, but I like he's a better actor. He's a much better actor.
Manny Jacinto.
Yeah,
I wish he was in a good show.
He was in something
Like,
good.
he's
He
actually
would
not
be.
bad.
Yeah, he would be good.
He got crap material, crap choreography to work with, but what he did with what he had,
Yes.
he actually think he did an all right job.
I agree. I think he in something else or in another universe where they didn't switch on CERN and Star Wars is still good. Like he'd be great. He'd be great.
The only other thing I've seen him in is from the Good Place. Have any of you guys seen that?
Yeah.
He plays basically the biggest retard imaginable. Like
is he the fake monk?
No, he's
the
acting
fake
with
monk.
them.
That's him.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
This is another actor who was not. He didn't audition. He was just given the role, which is like pretty much everybody that's been a part of the show, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, she got her wife and her mates from Russian Doll, and then handpicked Amanda Stenberg.
Yeah,
Gave it to me on a silver platter. Oh, isn't that privileged?
She's repressed, and she's keeping her eye out for them racists.
Let me get my multi-$1,000 violin out.
And do a dance.
Do a dance.
Mandla.
So as Disney Star Wars crumbles and dies again for the multiple time, and like, let's differentiate this. When we say Star Wars is dead, it means Disney Star Wars is dead. There is no hope for this. And I heard you talking about this, Ryan, and it's good to bring this up. George Lucas's Star Wars is fine. I can watch the original trilogy. I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm fine.
I still will show my kids that, and they get hooked, and they love classic Star Wars, and they want the lightsabers. But then, it's funny actually, because now they're starting to realize, because they have seen some of Disney Star Wars, and they're starting to realize, wow, it's really bad. I hate the new stuff.
But for the people who take things literally on the internet, it's Disney Star Wars has no hope of turning this franchise around. Zero.
No.
If there's a new regime that comes in and takes it over in 10 years, sure. There's enough there. George Lucas's Star Wars is great. There's enough template there to make something good someday in the future. But for the foreseeable future, probably my lifetime, it's done. It's done. And the comic books aren't good. The High Republic, Drunk 3PO showed us that one author at a con who didn't have anybody go up to their table or sign their books. It's like, that was sad.
That's awful.
You almost feel sorry for him.
No, you don't.
Almost. I said almost. I said almost. I don't.
Yeah, Gary, you're right. The only way they could ever turn it around is to retcon everything Disney Star Wars. Disney will never do that. They've sunk too much money into it. They'll never do that. And as a result, Disney, they're stuffed.
It's not about the money either, Shad.
It's about ego.
Not about that. It is about admitting that you're wrong and you've failed, and they will refuse to
or
do that.
at least internally admitting you're wrong and changing things.
Well, I know somebody that was at a Marvel party at New York Comic Con, and that was the party where they were all just openly mocking how bad the Marvels was going to be. That was the one where they're talking about skate across the night.
I can promise you internally, yes, internally they know stuff is shit. They just do. Ryan, you're going to say something?
How could you not?
Well, especially if you have made good stuff, like in the case of Marvel, they obviously know what good movies look like, and they must recognize, hey, there's a difference between what we were making 10 years ago versus what we're making now. I wonder why.
Wonder what that could be. Ryan, you were going to say something?
I don't fucking remember, to be
honest. Geez, there you go.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm sure it'll come to me.
No, Inside Out 2 is doing really fucking well, and apparently it's just a pretty good Pixar movie. So maybe that's how things. I doubt. I've always said Disney will be the last of the change party if they ever show up at all. But there is a small percentage. There is a chance that Marvel could turn things around. Now they have to do something that Kevin Feige said openly in that MCU book that he would call failure, which is rebooting, which they need to do. They absolutely need to do. Which is a shame because Marvel's never really done that in their canon up until Disney took it over, which I consider it dead at that point. But Marvel's never really done that. But
they're going to get the wrong message, too, with the upcoming Deadpool film, right? Because they're looking at getting it to $1 billion with the film this weekend. I think that there's a really good chance that it crosses $1 billion. But I think that you'll probably have $2 billion films with
Deadpool's Deadpool and Wolverine is going to hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, we'll see what it's like first. Let's see what it's like.
I think
I'm
it will.
dubious. I feel like 800 million would be a good number for that.
Kind of where I'm sitting.
I think it hits $1 billion.
Projections, unless it misses the opening projections by half, then
yeah. I just rewatched Deadpool 2, and I might have been a little too harsh on that film. maybe it's just because of what we've gotten. I haven't seen it in 4 years, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I watched the uncut version, and it's pretty funny. It's that kid's still annoying.
I'm so dubious about their ability to do a proper Deadpool movie under Disney.
Yeah,
I just feel like this won't be allowed to go full mockery, because there's so much to take the piss out of with.
Well, plus you had Tim Miller and David Leitch do 1 and 2, and now you have a TV director, Sean Levy.
Yeah. I think they're gonna make fun of themselves a lot. Yeah. I think that because they know Ryan Reynolds. I think he's gonna shit all over Disney. In terms of something that Deadpool would do. You know what I mean? All over everything that they've been doing. He's going to take a piss on everything they've been doing. And then you're going to have a million cameos out the wazoo, some of which may leak, a week before, just like we saw with Spider-Man, No Way Home, very intentionally leaked by Disney to get people excited to go out there. Yeah. I think it's
the marketing's
already
is
not
affected
out of the
too.
question at all.
The marketing.
If you wanted to turn around your public image, this would be the ideal vehicle to do it.
Yeah,
to just straight up show that you're willing to make fun of yourselves, a kind of tacit acknowledgement that hey, maybe we went a bit too far with the whole MCU thing and all the pandering and all the politics, and maybe we're going to try and fix it going forwards.
Yeah,
that would be the way to do it. But I don't think they're going to.
The problem is the next thing out is going to be Captain America 4.
Yeah, that's the problem. We'll get to that and Fantastic Four, which is going to be a big problem too. And we'll get to that. Let's watch this real quick. But Like, there's so many. I forgot like that they ripped the Snyder cut in Deadpool 2, and then when Domino's talking, he goes, "Shut up, Black Widow," and it's like shit like that. It's so good. It's so good. Let's watch this.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about, and I have no idea how to save it. But you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Is this
My
the new
entire
cut?
world needs you.
Yes,
Shake
Ryan
on it.
Reynolds just released it.
Nicked it. Just got the tip with your little steak knife. This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Who's next?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sabretooth.
God. Sabretooth. Ready to die.
Isn't that
Wait. Time!
that's the wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how Wolverine's just got swords sticking out of him.
I know. Yeah.
You look ridiculous. People have waited decades for this fight. It's not going to be easy. Maybe nice. You shoot the double, you take him down. Side control, then full mount, and you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's great.
Oh, the music choice is fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's going to hit $1 billion, because the marketing has honestly just been on point. They have not really missed with marketing yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Trailer's been good. Trailer's been solid.
Even just that, be quiet before the movie thing that came out.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah, that was
Furiosa.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that for Horizon too. It's freaking
The
fantastic.
popcorn bucket.
Yeah, the popcorn bucket. I
Oh
love
my
the
God, the
popcorn
popcorn.
bucket thing.
Gotta
I
get
do.
that thing, man.
Poor theaters are screwed still.
Yeah.
But
At least
there's
at least
Deadpool,
he's
and then
fucking
there's
trying. He's doing more than fucking Disney is.
then there's
Oh,
a movie that's been reshot 3 times.
I think this is the
canceled
third
already.
stage.
The fourth.
I don't think that can save this. It's
Drinker,
just dead on arrival.
You know, like how pleasant Harrison Ford can be. Could you imagine
Clearly, yeah.
what he was like when he was called back for reshoots? Oh my
I
God!
want to be in this fucking movie.
God damn it!
They've
Here's
added
what you fucking
Giancarlo
got.
Esposito in as a desperation move, like generic, dependable villain guy.
God.
He's the go-to right now.
They haven't used him in the MCU.
He was good in The Gentleman. He was good in the.
He was excellent in the.
He's
Gentleman.
always good.
Yeah, he's good in everything he's
Yeah,
done.
he's a good actor. He's a great actor. Great actor.
But it's just like
Great.
including him is just that predictable element of we just need something that we know people like, and it's just a movie that probably doesn't have any good ideas, and they're just striving for something. And these reshoots, the latest round of reshoots that they've done, as far as I understand, was 4 weeks worth.
Oh my God!
Damn.
That is a pretty substantial amount.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's usually 6 weeks for principal. Like nowadays, it used to be a little longer, but nowadays it's 6 weeks for principal. Well, shit, Tulsa King, the entire series was shot
Entire thing, yeah.
in less time. In less time.
Yeah.
So that's so I know one scene that like it's not woke or anything, but it just didn't make sense, and this is one of the reasons that like when they watched it internally, Marvel, it wasn't test screenings, by the way. I mean, I guess technically a test screening is when an audience goes in. This is internal screenings. It never made it past that. They were like, fuck no. And there was one scene, I've told you guys about it before, where Red Hulk punches Captain Black Falcon America in his shield and bounces off it, forgetting the fact that yes, vibranium would take not vibranium, sorry. Yeah, vibranium would take some of the energy off of that, but it would still crush the character who does not have any superpowers. It would just smash him.
Mm-hmm.
And like people had and they had shot all this, and it was like there was other people in post going like, no, this couldn't happen. This could not, you cannot do this. And that's just one example. So the first cut never made it past the internal people at Marvel. They're like, fuck.
I would legit love to see that first cut of it. Just to see
I would.
how bad it is.
Yeah.
Do you think going back to that Deadpool trailer, when he's like, people have waited decades for this fight? I think that's dubbed from a different part of the movie.
Different moment?
I don't think that that's like, Oh, finally,
Yeah.
Sabretooth and Wolverine. We've been asking for decades for this. I feel like that's going to come from somewhere else, don't you?
Don't you think it's
They
more
can't
of,
do that.
I thought it was more of
They
you've
can't
actually
do
got a
that, though.
saber-
They
I
can't
think they've got a saber tooth that looks like a saber tooth now.
No, there was actually a lawsuit about trailers that was filed in California over the Beatles music one that was supposed to have what's her name now?
Oh, the film Yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
So there was a lawsuit that they won, and it was you have to be honest in trailers. Remember in was it Infinity War? They put Hulk in, and he was never in that scene. They can't do that shit anymore. Apparently.
Well, he was. In that
I
scene, but he
support
was
that
just
because
wearing...
when you're deliberately misleading your audience, that
Yes.
is bullshit right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's from that part.
I thought it's because you got Wolverine in his proper costume.
You might be
versus
right,
the
Ryan. I'm just
saber-tooth
pointing
that
it
looks
out.
like a saber tooth. I think that's when he was.
I
People
think-
have been.
I think probably,
waiting for
yeah.
decades.
Switching
all it
when
is.
sound like when certain lines happen, I don't think would be in a violation. Like for that one, it was
happens all the time.
It was they had an actress featured that was not actually in it, and so like that is like considered false advertising. So that's why that lawsuit I think went the way it did.
Yeah.
But as for Black
thought I'd bring
Captain
it up.
America, man,
Yeah.
this movie's cooked.
Well, it's
before
false
it's even
advertising
out.
because that's not Captain America. It's Sam Wilson. It's the Falcon.
You know,
There was
I would
no
actually.
appetite. There was no appetite for Falcon to be playing this role, to be taking on this mantle. Nobody particularly wanted it. No one's enthusiastic about seeing him take the stage as Captain America. And the whole ethos behind this, like the momentum of the MCU, is dead in the water. Yeah, people are excited for Deadpool versus Wolverine, but that's not the MCU. That is very much its own thing. And it's purely because we've got Wolverine and Deadpool together. That is a separate thing. As for something like this is going to be lucky to get 300-400 million. This could be another The Marvels level failure potentially.
I think it's
'cause
aiming to be there. Yeah.
The TV show that they had, which wasn't particularly well received or watched, let's just be honest, most of the discord around people was because of Sebastian Stan, because people like Sebastian Stan, not because of this Captain America. So I think that's why, because a lot of people also at that time remember pushing for Sebastian Stan to become Luke Skywalker.
As a $200 million budget for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Huh?
Gosh,
for the show.
$200 million budget for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And that's
money laundering.
By the way,
Money
that's less than She-Hulk.
That's less than
She-Hulk
She-Hulk.
was 212.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Crap.
I think most of the budget went on hairstyling for Freckle Jesus.
And putting all those little freckles on her face, you know, it's
Isn't
difficult
she?
work.
Wait, she's doing something else now, isn't she? Is she joining like
She was in
Star Wars or something?
wasn't she in Willow or something?
Star Wars.
She was in Willow.
She was in Willow, Star Wars, and MCU.
And
Yeah,
MC.
there's
No,
another big
there's
franchise
something
that
else. You're right. I can't remember what it was.
Rings of Power.
Oh no!
It's Sauron.
She legit must have the best fucking agent in Hollywood. An actress with no talent, no charisma, no screen presence, and like a fucking ginger afro, somehow getting cast in everything.
I wonder if the agent's name is Haktua.
Wow.
Wow. Odin brought up the dead meme. I'm sorry. So, like, real quick, what's the estimated budget that we know they're estimating low on this one?
Let's see if we can find
So
it.
let's see.
350 to 375, I thought it was.
Oh,
That's what
Yeah,
I
there
saw,
it is.
yeah.
Gosh.
350 to 375, right there on the top.
Yeah, it says here, citing an alleged insider, the reshoots have cost Marvel Studios anywhere between 75 to 100 million, and it's described as they're shooting a brand new movie.
Yes, that's what I was told. So you were
How
told.
demoralizing for the actors and crew.
Yeah.
To be coming back
Goodness.
again and again, just like, we can't crack this.
Yeah, and I like
And
Anthony
just
Mackie.
cancel it.
I
You
like
know,
Anthony
make
Mackie.
a Blade movie for fuck's sake.
No.
They're in purgatory right now.
It is an impossible code to crack to have a guy hunting vampires.
I know.
And
what do you do?
Wesley
If only it had
Snipes
been
was
done
just
before- if only
fucking
this
roasting them.
sort of thing had been done before.
Yeah, it's like
I could be interested in a Falcon movie just
Mhm.
because like in the movies he was okay. There was potential there.
He was
could maybe
cool.
handle a
Yeah,
solo
I
one.
like Falcon. He was great.
But They ruined him in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So I have no interest in him at all. And now he just feels like an imposter, whereas like we want classic Captain America. Sorry, I have no interest in this. You would have had better luck just putting him in a solo Falcon movie.
And that's the truth of the matter. They need Thor, who isn't cucked. They need Steve Rogers as Captain America. They need Hulk smash Hulk, and they need Iron Man. Like, you need these characters. You don't have Spider-Man. You'll never have Spider-Man, which is a damn shame. And then this brings us to the Fantastic Four, which could help fix a lot of things if you did the Fantastic Four right. The first family of comics. What started Marvel from Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. And they're fucking this up too. And it's, God, female Silver Surfer is a fucking dumbest idea, but they have an explanation for it because it takes place in another universe. Now, I
great explanation.
I wanted it to take it taking place in the 60s is cool. I'm totally cool with that. And I always thought that you can have them like trapped in the negative zone and they, kind of like Cap, and they come out in modern times. You could do something like that. That'd be fine. But this is an alternate universe, and it's supposed to be like a Jetsons futuristic 60s. And if you were starting something out, that would be fine. But that's not the case. So it's an alternate universe FF. We've already, Kevin Feige always made the huge mistake of introducing Mr. Fantastic in the MCU by popping his head with a zit. Like a zit.
Like a punk.
And not realizing like that's the normies like first MCU experience with Mr. Fantastic. Not everybody watched the Fox movies. I did. And at least they got Silver Surfer right, in the Fox movies. They didn't get Galactus right, but what's the actor's name for Galactus? Who's playing Galactus? That's good casting. It's the guy from Harry Potter, and he was in The Witch, right? And
the one from Game of Thrones. Ralph Innes or whatever.
No, it's not.
Rafe?
No, it's not. No.
Ray Ifans.
No.
Yeah, you're closer to fucking
Ray Ifans.
You're closer to
Ralph
Welsh
Ineson.
than we are. You should be able to pronounce that shit.
Just because I'm close to a border don't mean I know who's fucking on the other side.
Is it Rafe Innocent?
No.
Ifans.
I thought Javier Bardem was supposed to play him or some shit.
No.
I thought it was Ralph Innocent.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
I'm
being
looking it
listed
up
here.
now. You guys are not helping me.
Yeah,
at all.
Ralph Innocent.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, it's Ralph Innocent.
Ralph
Unless
Innocent. Yes, Ralph Innocent. Yes.
Thank you.
Not. It's
We
not.
got there.
He's not. Was he in Game of Thrones?
That's not.
He was in
Rafe,
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
He was the one that kidnapped Theon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He was Ironborn. Okay, yeah. God.
Yeah.
You're right. So he's good casting. So after all that, I think that's good casting for Galactus.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
You got a great voice,
Sort of thing, innit?
Why am I blanking their name?
let everyone
I'm
know.
getting old, right?
Yeah.
Who were
Good
the
actor,
two
good actor.
Slytherin instructors in Deathly Hallows that were torturing the kids?
Helen Bonham Carter.
Ryan?
the Caros.
The Caros. He was he played one of the
I know what you're
Caros.
thinking
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So Marvel's Kevin Feige says the Fantastic Four is a period piece and shares filming start date. So Pedro Pascal, terrible. Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby, great.
Great casting.
Great casting. I have no problem with the rest of the casting except for female Silver Surfers, the dumbest fucking thing they could possibly do. Like,
as well, like, although it's meant to be set in the 60s, they're going to have the sensibilities and the dialogue and the attitudes of 21st
God, a
century
career.
LA.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they will.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, what's the point then?
Yeah. Good
Set in the
point.
60s. What else happened in the 60s?
the furniture. So like the other point is like the fucking furniture and the building designs. It's not the actual 60s.
It's going to be like the Jetsons, didn't we say?
Except the Jetsons were like of
With,
the
like,
60s.
civil
They
rights or
acted like the 60s in the Jets.
Yeah.
There's no way George Jetson didn't have that robot sucking his dick. Judy walks in the fucking spare bedroom, gets horrified.
Wow.
It's period film, and
maybe she's
there
into it.
was another piece of art we released with Johnny Storm flying in the air, making a force symbol. There is a cityscape in that image, Feige said, in the official Marvel podcast. there was a lot of smart people who noticed that the cityscape didn't look exactly like New York that we know, and that the New York that existed in the 60s in our world. Those are smart observers, I say. Oh, there's way more to it than this, but I can't say right now. Way more to it. Feige also revealed that the Fantastic Four is about to start filming, and it will start on Monday after Comic-Con. So they're going to be at Comic-Con, by the way.
Remember, like the only people there.
They're going to be in Hall H. James Gunn is not going to be there with Superman. We're going to be there though, Garrett, you and I. Which will be on which would be July 29th. Our director, Matt Shackman. I heard of Matt Shackman, the formidable Shackman, TV director, by the way, has already moved to London, and we start filming at the end of July. Funny story, we start shooting the Monday after Comic-Con. We start filming the day after on Fantastic Four, he continued. I'm extremely excited because the characters are mainstays, although they don't look like them. They just, well, one of them doesn't, okay? Reed Richards. Reed Richards, kind of a fucking important character. And frumpy Pedro Pascal. He's frumpy. He's frumpy. He's frumpy. Yeah, he's like Reed Richards is a well-built. I mean, even if you go back to if you want to go to Kirby's, he's a little skinny, but he's still like a handsome dude. He's a well-built, handsome dude. He's not like Pedro Pascal's. Yeah, he's just frumpy. Our legendary pillars of the Marvel Universe that we've never gotten to play with or explore in any significant way or part, except for Doctor Strange Mom, where you fucked up.
Yep.
And quite frankly, had a better Reed Richards.
Yeah,
that guy would have been a better Reed
Yeah.
Richards.
Yeah. Krasinski was the perfect casting.
Yes, he was. And a few fun teasers before. And that way we're doing that film. So I'm excited. Cast of the Fantastic Four includes, and we know.
Why do I get?
Julie Garner as Silver
vibes from
Surfer.
This?
Huh.
I just have this feeling it's going to be another Eternals where they don't really make the use of these characters, and it all just comes across as a bit bland, and they're all lost amongst the spectacle of it, and nobody's really going to care that much. I could be totally wrong on this one. I just feel like the MCU is past that cultural zeitgeist now where general audiences are going to care that much about it. It's just going to rely purely on the comic book, like hardcore fans who
they've alienated largely.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Driven away.
Kind of a problem with alienating your hardcore fans, right? Disney, right? Star Wars fans? You kind of the ones you paid for, by the way, and alienating them by like a female Silver Surfer is just fucking stupid. It's just one of the dumbest ideas of all time. Pedro Pascal would have been fine if there was Norrin Rad, if it was a dude Silver Surfer. If you went at it, it probably would have been fine. Now it's not going to be fine, like at all. And you could we'll bring in Norrin Rad later. Well, you already fucked that up. You get one chance at introducing something to the normies. And plus it's so out of order at this point. And what it's heading to is the inevitable reboot because they're doing Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a cameo fest. And then where do you go? Do you go back to telling singular superhero films? If you do that, you need to hire very talented people and make sure the characters from the comics look and act like the characters from the comics. We'll see if that's
better
possible.
start trimming budgets as well because you ain't going to be having billion-dollar pictures out of that.
Yeah, I know they have the
forward.
course correct, but it seems like it's too little, too late at this point.
Yeah. Well, if I don't see how this new Fantastic Four thing could be successful. I think too many people are checked out of it. Even if it ends up being good, I don't really see them turning that boat around. Maybe feels like incredible word of mouth, and it was a success. Do you wonder if they would use this as like the first film in a reboot in the new universe if it was actually successful?
That's what I was thinking. Like this is like a soft reboot.
That's what I'm wondering. And then they start with the Fantastic Four and then just move from this new continuity. But for me, that would have to be massively successful for them to do that, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think that this movie is like. I think that this movie is a way to introduce these characters, and then they're gonna bring them into the already fucked up like Avengers 5 or Avengers 6, whichever that is, right? And put them in there to like combat a massive multiversal threat. And then maybe at the end of those, if those two movies are connected, Avengers 5 and 6, maybe then is where you get a reset for the universe, if that makes sense. But
I don't see
way
anyone
too
giving
late.
a fuck about the next Avengers film.
Yeah, I don't care. Like,
Yeah, there's one
What
more
if
before
Sydney
Secret Wars.
Sweeney is involved. I feel like then we would care.
who? If who was?
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, I mean, just
She was-
I
she
want
was-
I want a
Wasn't she in
multiverse.
talks, actually?
I want a
I can look up
multiverse of
kids
Sweeney.
Any
Yes.
second of the fucking day. All right, I've got a box right here that was literally created for that purpose in mind. They even gave me an incognito tab. Right, you look at boobs anytime I fucking want. Sydney Sweeney can't save the MCU.
She was just in a Marvel movie and it didn't do that well.
Yeah.
It didn't do that well.
Oh my god!
What?
There's another Marvel movie coming this year.
Craven.
The Sony. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's right.
The Morbius verse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, there's two. There's two.
And Venom.
Never give up.
Yeah.
hope,
Yes.
Sony.
That's-
Never give up. hope.
Venom 3. Oh my god.
Well, Joker's DC. Never mind.
That's the best comic book movies right now. Fucking Sony movies. They're so entertaining.
I like how they decided to move Craven. They're like, we're moving to the holidays so that people can go time after time after
Yes.
time. It's like
They'll bring their kids and their families, the
to an
grandmothers
R-rated
there.
Craven movie. All right.
Oh yeah, where a dude
God.
rips off a guy's ear with his teeth.
I didn't
Come on,
realize
Granny.
we're living in a multiverse.
As far as Rings of Power, all I saw was the Barrow Whites are confirmed. So those were Barrow Whites we saw, and they're Easterling looking, and it's way too fucking early. They're connected to the Witch King of Angmar. It's going to be more fucked up. The only thing I noticed is they didn't put Guy Ladriel in armor for the cover this time. They put her in a...
Interesting.
Interesting. She's still
She's
in
not
armor in the show.
manspreading either, I
Yeah,
imagine.
she's not manspreading. God, that was so fucking cringe.
That was cringe. Yeah.
So that's on its way. Yeah, that's the Easterling Barrow Whites. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on.
Nobody does.
No, this
They
is
don't.
shit. It's gonna be shit. Whatever.
Like
It's
3,500 years before they existed or something.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, so I'll save that for another stream because I can go on for an hour. But we could show. Here's this is an improvement. Morphin Clark is still horribly miscast. Oh, there she is. She's in her armor there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I
from
can't
Empire
think
too,
too far
so
away,
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Just
they,
this
they
lame-
really tried to soften her face in this, and it
Oh
just,
yeah,
it-
she
ass
is,
face.
she is the epitome of beauty and grace. This one, it's like
Just don't show her smiling for
Yeah,
the love
I
of
know.
God.
that was frightening.
Still having
that was
therapy for that.
I know, dude. When she was on the horse,
Never
she was
ride a horse again,
Really
please.
enjoying that. Oh, look at this!
Oh, it's the
they
wig.
fixed his wig. They fixed his wig. Look,
It's a little lower. Yeah.
it's a little lower.
One wig to rule them all.
God, this is stupid how they're
No,
doing
he's,
this.
he's just tilting his head forward. That's all.
Oh my God, this is
I
so.
hate
His
this.
head tilts forward. His head tilts forward.
Most expensive,
Milady?
most expensive TV show ever made, and they're like trying to retcon it on the fly now because they fucked up so much. It's hilarious, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
No.
So we have some quick announcements, real quick before we get to soups. Let's start with the big one. As
You're gay. Oh.
as is gay.
Pride
As
Month.
is gay.
Confirmed.
Oh, it's not. No, he's got an announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my final Friday Night Tights.
Oh.
After 4 years, 3 months, 4 months, as the only person who does this show on a Friday fucking night, I've
It's night here. Okay, technically it's 5:22.
Sun's going down.
past
Evening-ish.
Oh, what?
Late afternoon.
It's 20
Whatever.
past 6 for
Middle of
me.
the day. It's worse.
Yeah, Gary's used to it being 20 past 3.
Sorry, guys. We really shouldn't interrupt Az when he's trying to say his goodbye.
supposed
That
to be
wouldn't
emotional.
appropriate at all.
I'm okay with that.
Continue.
So this week going out on a high, and it's quite poetic actually, because when I first ever appearance on this show was with Critical Drinker. I was actually a guest with Critical Drinker, and so it's pretty apt that I know. Don't get emotional. Well, it's all right, man. Look, he even took his glasses off for that moment.
Big deal.
So it just felt, it's kind of poetic. I didn't just see Drinker on today. When Gary, Drinker's on. That's it. I'm done.
I said, okay.
Anyway, yeah, all right. I don't give a fuck. That's like, so, but I might, who knows? I could be returning as a guest at one point in the future or whatnot, or if I decide that the UK is getting so bad that I come across to Texas, then if the time zones are better, maybe. But I just, thank you everyone who's been a viewer of Friday Night Tights. Thank you, obviously, to my amazing co-hosts here. It's been a wonderful time, and tomorrow I'll be doing a video saying Gary fired me from FNT.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You heard it here first.
for clout.
Do the sad face off to the side. It's like, why
actually,
I
I'm gonna do that.
I did fire him. He wanted a raise. He wanted a raise, and that would mean actually paying him. And I said, no, fuck off.
That's a bridge too far.
I just want 2 eggs, Gary,
No.
instead of 1. No.
Whatever. Fuck that exchange rate.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We see that you're losing weight. You're looking more handsome, and you're just gonna dump us like that.
Yep. That's the way it goes.
I see it. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Straight to Hollywood
You're
from
gonna
here,
go.
boys.
You're gonna leave us to go smash puss. Great.
Yeah. We thought we were secure when we started dating a fat person. Like there wasn't gonna be anything else that threatened us. But then he goes and gets skinny.
Pull the rug right from under us.
Yep.
The fact that you think I'm skinny is hilarious, but thank you.
Well,
just
compared,
blurb,
Well, comparative, yeah.
Well, don't.
I'm only the size of a house, not a whole fucking estate anymore.
Well, you're the size of a UK house.
Yeah,
You used to be the size of an American house.
Well, put the weight back on. Don't think you can just come right back. All right, just fucking saying.
Why you
But
gonna
no,
start
seriously,
at 9
man,
o'clock?
you're gonna be missed,
9
dude.
o'clock, fucking
Seriously.
central.
It's
you've been
it's
thinking about this
5:25
for-
Central. After the show, I'll have time to do lots of fun things. I'm gonna rub it in now.
You've changed since you got that new bathroom, as you've changed.
I know that.
You've changed. You've changed.
You've had all that time on the pan to
I
think
don't even
about
know
your
you
future in
anymore.
FNT.
You got a nice shower. You got a new bar. I mean, what's going? Who are you?
I think you're a big shot, man.
Hey. Fuck you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And I'll see you on Real BBC.
Well, response to Chrissy, no, this has been a thing for a while. I think I did try and quit last year, and Gary's just like, please don't. So I started.
Is that what I said? I said, fuck you, and you didn't get the response you wanted, so I'll stay.
So I took a little bit of time off in December, and I got a month off there. But it's sometimes it's time. Sometimes it's time.
I'm really gonna miss you, Az. I love your
Aw.
laugh, your energy. I'm excited to see. I mean, I know you'll still stream.
That's all she's
do
got.
Other things.
Yeah.
Stop saying it. I'm just mustering a fucking.
The
song,
shows will be a
Ryan.
little bit shorter. There won't be as many interruptions. That's the way it's gonna
I'm a fast food employee, Ryan. I'm mustering something from deep in my loins.
Hey, Disparu, I'm gonna message you later, okay?
Stop it.
We do need a proper British representation.
Yeah, we need some proper British representation.
The first time it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're using your only black cast member, fully black, unlike PPG, who's just 25.
Yeah, and fully
I
gay.
move it all down below.
And fully
Yeah,
gay.
boy.
So,
Sad.
we'll miss you, Az, and you'll be back as a guest, and whenever I need you to come back.
Next week.
Whatever, I guess.
Every week calling him.
Next week is the special guest.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Gary.
Yeah, I'd say good luck in the future endeavors, but I'm still streaming with you every week, so I'm fine.
The same thing. Still doing Sunday fun days.
We
All
only
right.
see each other 4 times instead of 3. Whatever.
Oh yeah, now that you're quitting, you're forbidden to play games with any of my people. So fuck that.
I don't think that's how it works, Gary.
It doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
unless
not-
we go back 400 years in American history and
400 years.
Destroy some amendments.
What? I've got my railroad worker, and I've got.
Is his name something?
I've got my cotton picker, so it's all good.
Yeah, we can do textiles and make infrastructure.
There you go. I've got my textiles expert. What do you say? Cotton picker.
Who's gonna take over for your angry rants?
Ryan needs to explain.
Yeah, Ryan's fine. Yeah.
He's desperate. Oh, Shad, fucking hell. Have we seen when this guy gets going?
I do need to explode. It has nothing to do with anger.
It's just a massive shit.
Yes, poop.
Sweetie talk earlier, wasn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, sure.
Enough of this shit. I just waited till 2 hours into the show so we can monetize it.
All right, I'm gonna put it in the title now. As his last show.
No.
Oh.
Second announcement. We're past this. He's already quit. Fuck him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done. We're moving past it.
You're unpersoned now.
What are you gonna say, Shad? Sorry.
I was gonna. Well, you don't make it explicit. You just say "as has left us" or "farewell," saying goodbye to a friend.
No, say
Or
"as
like-
died."
How about this? How about
Oh,
as-
you can just say he's dead.
Yes, to me.
All right,
Of course
already
he's
in.
dead.
How about all's well that as well?
Hey.
Text there.
The as is deader than the acolyte.
I've just removed a pain in my ass. There we go.
Hey.
There we go. Second announcement. We'll be at Comic-Con. It's just one of three.
Moving on from
announcement.
Second announcement.
Do you have
cabbages will be available from Thursday for sale.
Yes. Got my press pass.
The as is leaving plushie.
The as his last commemorative shirt.
Yours should be
so funny. Just like just same plushie released earlier, just with X's for the eyes.
Garrett, do you have the promo thing?
The as
Yes, let me.
Do one of you guys have? Do one of my diversity hires have that somewhere? Jesus.
No, a momento.
Well,
You
as
just
do
asked
that-
for it literally 2 seconds ago.
As you do that, I love you, man. I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's been so much fun doing this with you guys. It really has.
Feels
Ryan,
like
you're not gonna make fun of Odin.
He is dead.
Oh, see ya.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's quitting.
I stepped
so
away. I
we-
didn't have time to make fun of Odin. Sorry.
There's going to
Go
be
ahead.
a meetup at Comic-Con. I will be there with Gabe El Taib. It's and Stuttering Craig, Ing the Merciless, Chris Gore, Quarter Black Garrett is going to be there, Jericho Green, and it's at the Basic Bar and Pizza on July 24th. So it's preview
I love
night.
that you put the black guys all the way on the end.
Yeah. Bookmark us.
That was
on
Gabe.
time.
That was
It's
Gabe.
basically the back of the bus. It's
They've gone full on Disney and shrunk their faces as well.
Yeah, just
Way in the back.
Yeah, so we'll be at the Basic Bar and Grill on Wednesday, July 24th, 7 p.m. That is preview night. So you can go check out preview night. You could actually walk there from the con. Later on, preview night's kind of lame anyway. It's just people looking for exclusives, which kind of suck now anyway. So we'll be there. And we'll also be at Comic-Con signing. Not sure what day, but Garrett and I will be there.
Be there.
So there you go. One more announcement. If you can find the link related to Gravemaster, I should have done this a couple of weeks ago. So Clobbering Time, a longtime backer of this channel, a longtime friend, had passed away recently, about 3 weeks ago now. He had a heart attack and he also hit his head. Wasn't looking good, and he passed. I've streamed with him. I've argued with him over Picard season 3. He was in my chats like early fucking days. So he's been around for a long time. They're keeping his channel up, and they've been doing streams for a while. If you want to share that, Garrett, go ahead. So Mike Alonso, may he rest in peace. If you want to help with the GoFundMe, if you can afford it, please do that. I'm sorry to his family that I didn't do this sooner. I'm a fucking airhead, and I apologize, but We will have the link in the chat. And a longtime member of the Fellowship, good dude, good old school comic book guy. He's going to be missed, and a lot of people knew him and loved him, and he was a good guy. So we're going to miss him. If you can help that, I'd appreciate that. If you can help out the family, they're good people.
One of those OG names in the chat, man. Had to see
Fucking
him
OG.
go.
Yeah,
it is.
He will be missed. All right. Let's get the soups, guys. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything?
Yes, I have cancer. No, I'm
kidding.
Wow!
It's because of all the Vegemite.
All the Vegemite.
You should have let
Very clear, I don't. I just have
Chat,
fun.
if you want to go for that joke, you gotta let it hang a little while
same.
longer.
Yeah.
But it
Right.
just affects my dick, so it's very small. Yeah.
He's already got like 17 kids. He doesn't need that thing anymore.
Good.
Oh.
That's a weird way to say you just got beat up by an emu.
There you go. Well, yeah. Sounds like a guy who got
Emus.
bitched out by a bird. Your entire country. Holy shit.
That's silly.
How the fuck did you guys make Mad Max? Jesus. You used to be tough. You used to be known as a tough people. All right.
We still have those people here. They just live in the outback. It's the people.
Yeah, they
in the
don't live
cities that
fucking
are
city.
dumb.
Same here in America.
Yeah, walkabouts and
Mhm.
stuff.
Australia, it's the same thing here. Okay, so it's the same thing. Drinker, are you going to see Horizon: An American Saga Part 1 of 4? By the way.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell, they really plan ahead for this one. I will see it. I might have to see it in more than one sitting because from what you told me, it's like 3.5 hours long or something crazy.
Yeah.
So I will get to it. I mean, it's meant to be quite good. It's Kevin Costner. He's doing another Western. You know, I like Yellowstone, so hopefully it's on that kind of level.
He really
Kevin Costner. You remember that Kevin Costner thing he did, Hatfields and McCoys for the History Channel?
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
15 years ago. Like he does projects like this that he like gives a shit about. You know what I mean? Randomly.
No, I think what happened was, he had gotten old. Then he got on Yellowstone, and then it put him in the prominence again. And he parlayed that into making the movie he wanted to make. But it's also totally inspired with his now. He doesn't like Taylor Sheridan. Those two don't get along anymore. So their rivalry and massive egos. They both have massive fucking egos. They're both pretty, Kevin Costner's a good director. He's like a legit good director. And yeah, he took 1883, which I liked a lot, by the way. I think that might be, it's between 1883 or 1923. One of those two are both better than Yellowstone. Like
The
in my
fact that
opinion.
you watch those before you watch Yellowstone is retarded. By
No,
the
it's
way.
not. I watched them in order, bro.
In order.
I watched them
Yeah,
in
but
order.
The referencing like there's like callbacks.
I get the
and
same
things to what happened
references
in Yellowstone.
I get the same references. I'm almost done with Yellowstone, the show that now Kevin Costner's not going to finish. He's not going to finish. He's not going to be for this movie, and they're going to fucking pummel him because it's not going to make a bunch of money. But I'm
Underrated
with
Kevin
you.
Costner movie, Mr. Brooks.
Hey, yeah, I'm with you, Ryan, though. The man putting up his own fucking money, ego or not, to make this movie and to a Western, which I love fucking Westerns.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I am
Hell
completely down with it. I am like down. I thought the movie was pretty good. It's incomplete. It's just a lot of character introductions, a lot of just random horrible deaths, scalps, a lot of scalps. And
What's a Western without scalps?
What's a Western without scalps? And but it's just a big setup. It's a big 3-hour setup. But I think I think the best description is it's a really long first episode of a TV series. that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And real quick, Superman costume. We've already kind of talked about this. Colors look good. It looks like shit. Otherwise, I mean, I love the trunks coming back. The collar looks terrible, but I like the
I
color.
assume this is set photos. They're not in their best version. I'm sure it's going to be CGI touched up. All the wrinkles everyone talks about. I'm sure all that's going to be touched up. But he's got the trunks. I'm down
It's
with
like,
the trunks.
yeah, I
He's got
don't-
the trunks.
and the
It's
color.
just very obvious that it's padded to make him look more muscular.
Yeah.
and It's not a good
He
look.
got pretty
The
ripped.
problem
He
is that-
got pretty ripped.
He
for
is
it.
ripped
The
though.
problem is
Yeah.
they don't need to do that. It's the design of the suit because he he is fucking jacked. They put him on the steroids, CRT, whatever
Dude,
the fuck they do.
he got so big, so
He
in the
got
6
massive
months
for this.
6
Quick.
months, and yeah, he's like bigger than Cavill, like as far as
Like the
proportion.
thing is with
yeah.
these suits too, like I don't know if there's going to be any shots of him just being like, like he is in this picture. Do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be, he's gonna be standing up straight. It's gonna be like posed and shit for a lot of the shots. So I don't think it'll look this this big and bulky and bad. But there's some things I like about the suit and that I don't. But overall, it's tough to judge shit on.
It's I'd at this point I'd say, I mean, it's our job to fucking judge this shit before it comes out. But like honestly, I want to wait till the movie comes out because I think some of the other characters, like Lois Lane, looks fucking great. They got Jimmy Olsen, okay. Like Mr. Terrific, that's what his costume looks like from the JSA that I read. He's a little smaller, but that's what the costume looks like. So we'll see.
Yeah, the fair play costume for Mr. Terrific.
They've definitely got the Clark Kent alternate look.
He looks like a llama here.
He looks like Hassan Piker.
Well,
You finally get past that problem of like he just looks like Superman but with glasses on. Now he doesn't.
He looks like a completely different person.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
that's
I get
why
it.
I don't mind the Clark Kent, because at least they're making him look like he's trying to hide his identity a little.
Yeah, sure.
I'm okay with this Clark Kent. I'm
Yep.
fine with it.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I hope it's fucking great. I want it to be great. I want another great Superman movie. We already have one though. We have the greatest one ever made, the Donner Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
And that Donner cut of Superman 2 is fantastic. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh, by the way, the next June film has been confirmed to be June Messiah.
Okay.
That will be
actually going to do it. Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
I couldn't imagine what next one they would do other than that. But
No,
yeah.
I thought they were going to call it June Part 3 as opposed to June Messiah, but they're actually going to call it June Messiah.
Dune Part 3, Dune Harder. That's what it was going to be.
Dune Harder.
The Dune child.
Dune Hard with a vengeance.
Yes. Roland.
Oh my god.
Live free your Dune Hard.
Announcing the new plushie.
Coming next week. Reissue.
I think we should just do it again. We should just say "as died" and just
put R.I.P. as.
R.I.P. as. Yeah, that's it.
Funeral
Dead to us for sure.
Not much of a friend.
Yeah, funeral for an asshole. Rolling the Wretched, 5 parts for $125. Damn. It was nice to have my balls on Gary's lips again last week. Just because I speak about your balls. All right, your wax balls that you're the one who copped to, by the way, not me.
You did get that
wow. Damn. I have stopped waxing and have opted to lightsaber my pubic hair. Can't imagine anything going wrong. Chrissy, you don't have to ever imagine that they look like. Just ask for a peek. No shame. Just ask for a peek, Chrissy. He'll show you next show.
I'm a mom now. So I'll have to think about it.
By the way, you think I'm married. You just meant I'm a mum.
Oh, right.
Jeremy has been doing reaction videos, and the internet's gay H level is now entirely gay. The gay H level. Am I missing something there?
pH level.
Gay H. Okay, pH level. Gotcha. Okay, I missed something there. Not surprising. Jeremy put the master in masturbation. He did tonight. Wow. Yeah, he whacked himself like silly, and he's just sleeping the rest of the day. He puts the ick in photogenic. He puts the gay in Jeremy is fucking gay. Ian gets a pass on FNQ because I give him elsewhere. Ryan, the idea of long super chats is to give Gary a full stroke instead of a dozen mini ones he has every week. I do have a kind of like a twitching muscle under my eye. It's been happening for 3 days. So
that's an anxiety. That's like a stress
it's a stress thing.
I'm not stressed though. What am I stressed about?
Your eye thinks differently.
You gotta watch Acolyte, dude.
You started the wrong stream today.
I didn't. My diversity hires did. Okay.
I did that.
I did that.
We'll blame X-Ray Girl because she's not here right now. She's in the background, but
that's fine.
It's just easier to blame the woman. Just imagine the viewership if he stroked out, and I doubt it could damage his brain anymore. No. I mean, like, you guys probably wouldn't notice if I just started twitching a little bit. If it did more damage, he can always run for president. It was nice. The little platoon helped pull 20,000 viewers live last week. Yes, and Drinker did it. What did we hit?
I saw 20,500. I don't
That's
know if it got any
close.
higher.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It'll do.
All right. That was almost a record. Little platoon brings the boys to the yard and the girls. Also, he said, you know what demonetized it? I'm guarantee you he said, "Oh, I hate the gays."
That's what it
was. It was amazing. Proper Brit representation instead of a man tit eating Papua New Guinea. But I didn't even read that right because I had a stroke.
No,
bet you thought you were dodging a bullet. As
eating. Okay.
See you on microwave tea. Hashtag free rolling the wretched. Free him. Did you mute him? You muted him.
What did you do? Yeah.
Oh, there's more. Wait, good God.
Still have.
There's
Didn't
more.
release it.
Today's read is, what is this? Galatians?
Galatians.
Galatians.
Galatians?
Is it a book in the Bible?
Is it a book in the Bible? I must have not.
It is, you fucking degenerate.
I ditched. Hey, I went to Sunday school.
He's like, are these the boots you wear in the rain?
Colossians chapter 3.
Colossians 5:14. Jeremy, don't love your neighbor as yourself. No one wants to see that. Hail FNQ Fellowship Chat, mods, Baby Thor, and Pizza Time. What about Baby Frank? What about Baby Frank rolling the wretched? And Pizza Time Pizza has moved to San Marcos, Gary. Yes, they have. As a matter of fact, I went there in San Marcos. They have a bigger location. Pizza's still awesome. Dan Vosk is still gayer than Jeremy. Hashtag sub to Nerdrotic. So long. Oh, so long, gay boys. Eric Sheedlow for 50 says, "Hi, Jerry, son of Tardo. See Biden and Orange Man yell toward each other. Biden scares son of Tardo. He is also sleepy meds. He also on sleepy meds. He talked like son of Tardo in 3rd grade. Orange Man makes son of Tardo laugh. Good enough. Hail chat and fellowship. Lock it in. Yay." He talks a little better. Son of Tardo talks a little better than Tardo.
Yeah. I thought he said good enough. That was funny.
All right, good enough. Legalized Adulthood is gifted 40 Nerdrotic membership for $200. Doc Ta Twitch paycheck for $49.99. What up, champs? Just got to say, I feel really touched by you all. Well, hopefully we touched you in the right place. Edit, I just want to send a message to all the kids. Edit, sorry, I don't. I've been having some minor issues this week. Edit, got a new book coming out. I'll send you the PDF file. Fuck! That was good. That was good.
There's a Dr. Disrespect parody account, by the way, called Doc Tua.
Doc Tua.
That's great.
Can't imagine what's going on with Dr. Disrespect. Ryan. Not this Ryan, the good Ryan. For 50 British pounds. Proper money. Anyone see the trailer for the new Anthony Hopkins show, Those About to Die? It looks really good. No, I haven't. I'm going to watch it, though, because he's in it. Oh, hey, food delivery. We're almost done here. Thanks, son. Look at my boy bringing me in some food that I haven't had all day. That's a good boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. BLT from Potbelly.
Ooh.
Hey,
oh man, I'm getting hungry now.
Will, yeah. Why don't you go off and get something to eat, man? Thanks for coming on.
I've had my calories today.
You need to go, Drinker?
Yeah, I will probably head off, but I want to say thank you. It's been monumental to be here for Azzy's final show, so I'm honored that I got to witness it. And honestly, man, joking aside, it is always a pleasure to stream with you. You bring an energy that no one else can quite match, and it's always fun. And
I'll still an open bar next week as new host. Yeah.
No, I don't like you that
much. Wow, there was no hesitation.
Drinker's got my back. Yeah.
I wanted my Thursdays anyway.
No, Drinker's just cheap. You know, like
yeah,
me.
exactly.
You are Scottish.
Yeah, too. Yeah. But no, thanks for having me on tonight, guys.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Just in case people are looking out for my next live stream, I'm actually going to be streaming tomorrow night because the Residents of Evil guys have made a fan film all about Resident Evil, and they managed to get some of the original cast from the very first game to do it. So I'm going to be interviewing them about it on my channel tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, that's a little childhood dream of mine, being a fan of Resident Evil since I was like 13 or something. So that'll be nice. But anyway, that's pretty much what I got coming up soon. So thanks for having me on. And I'll catch you guys later.
Go away now. Drinker! Hail, Drinker! And thanks again, everyone. We had over 20,000 people. 20,000 people. It's fucking amazing. I didn't even know it was Az's last show. So we'll probably beat that record when he's gone tomorrow, like we did that one time. Next week.
And then when I came back, I beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There won't be that. There won't be that. There won't be that. Just don't
Whatever.
Don't come begging.
Whatever.
Don't come begging.
Whatever.
Whatever. Whatever.
Whatever.
J Roar 27 for $49.99 sent a "You're amazing" super sticker. That's to me, by the way, not Az. What was that? What was
I'm
that?
going to see you on Tuesday, you big fanny.
Was that quitter? Okay. Frozen Bill Killer for $49.99. Judas. I think people watch The Acolyte for the same reason that people watch Biden's speech. They know it'll be mostly incoherent nonsense. I can't even say incoherent, but I can be it. Nonsense, and they'll feel talked down to, but they still want to see if it'll shit itself and fall up the stairs. Exactly.
You know
Kind of like why they watch us, I think.
Well, there's a lot of talk about them replacing him and stuff, and sure, that could happen. There was some talk of Gavin Newsom replacing him. It would be a fucking disaster if they replace him with Gavin Newsom. All you have to do is bring up California's policy all day long. That's all you need to do.
They're cooked either way.
Yep. Gavin Newsom's a piece of shit.
What about Big Mike?
Yeah, did you see the interview where one of the CNN reporters said Big Mike instead of Michelle Obama?
Oh, whoa, no. Really?
Was that real or was it dubbed?
It could have been deep fake.
Yeah,
fucking real.
I don't believe anything on the internet anymore. I just don't. Thanks to AI Shad.
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool. Needs to.
That was actually Ryan dancing at the beginning of our stream today. That was before he cut his hair. His hair got a little long. Yeah. I think people. Oh, I read that one. It's still up. God, I'm fucking Ron Burgundy. God damn it. I am. I'll read anything.
The thing is, he can read much better than you.
Fuck off.
You see what the chat summary is? The live chat is about a YouTuber named Az leaving the heel versus babyface group with fans reacting with sadness, concern, and speculation.
Explain this.
Fans express stress and eye twitching, making light of the situation with jokes. And some suggest causes like fatigue, lack of sleep, or stress from Az's departure. I think we're fine with the AI, folks. I think
we're good.
We'll be okay for a while.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's hilarious.
Is that why you got the twitching eye, Gary?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's because I did a lot of fucking drugs in the 80s and a lot of them were, mescaline and acid, and that fucks up your brain.
A lot of tweaking.
I don't know what I could possibly be. What am I stressed out about? I got a new dog who just is fucking chewing everything. We got to have everything off the counter now. We had old dogs forever. So you forget that if you put food on a counter, a young dog can get that food. That'd be the only thing I'm stressed about, and I'm not really that stressed about it. Oh, and I started rewatching Stranger Things because Ryan was talking about it a couple weeks ago.
Well, I've been rewatching House of Cards next, so that's your next thing on your rewatch.
Well, no, that's a first watch for me.
What? You never watched that shit?
Never watched it.
Oh my god, it is a little like it's definitely a slow burn political thing, but like Kevin Spacey, I don't know how many underage men he fucking raped, but holy shit, he's good in that show.
I don't think anybody will know. But there's a number affixed to it.
It could be 0. It could be 0. You know, he got off on all those charges. Could be 0. It could be more than that. I don't know, but I do know he's really good in that show.
I can't argue with that. I just don't think. But he won't be let back in Hollywood, like Piers asked us. He's like, does he have a chance for redemption? It's like, no. That
he is Frank Underwood.
He is. And it's not for grabbing a bunch of people in Hollywood. That shit happens every day. It's for the association with that guy, with the plane and the island and all that shit.
If you watch the first season and the first episode of season 2,
okay,
and you'll know if you're like if you should watch the whole fucking thing.
I'll watch it. Oh no, I'll watch it next. But yeah, I just started Stranger Things because why the fuck
Especially watching this as all these things are playing out in the political landscape is like the perfect time to do a watch of that shit.
Yeah. You just got to watch something that's good after you watch The Acolyte. You just got to like cleanse your palate, your brain. It's so, and then like watching some Doctor Who too. That'll give you fucking brain cancer for sure.
You know, if Acolyte dropped all in one, I don't think I would have been able to get through it.
No, dude, Echo was tough.
That was
Gary,
that hurt me.
Yeah.
I'm scarred from having to force myself to watch that whole thing.
You are now disabled.
Dude, the only thing that kept me going on that, Shad, was all the jokes I can made about being off the reservation and the Trail of Tears. That's the only thing that kept me going. Okay. All the horrible jokes I can make.
The signals I'm getting from this show is not very good.
Dude, it just
it gave me cancer. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Yeah.
But
Dude,
we didn't even make the best joke. It was fucking Kingpin when he came in. It was just like blah 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 blah. And you can find me at the casino.
At the great resort and casino, Choctaw, where you can be a winner.
You can find Kingpin at the Hawk Tour Casino.
Yep.
You guys be on that deck.
Oh, Phoenix Scribe for 50. Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out to my favorite co-op game, Deep Rock Galactic. It has dwarves, beer, bugs, beards, lots and lots of rock and stone. They recently got an update, and it's absolutely glorious. Hail to the Fellowship. Oh, I know all about that game. I've beaten it. As the gaming expert, no, I've actually never heard of it. What is it? Does anybody know what it is?
No clue. People are trying to get us to play it on the
it's a survival game.
Okay. I played the survival game called Life.
But this week we are chained together.
Ooh. We're gonna hate each other by the end of the stream.
Josh Crush for $49.99. I hated you before the stream. Says May, schizophrenic plot hole solved. May equals schizophrenic plot hole solved. It was Robert Meyer Burnett who mentioned that Leslie Headland had said they're riffing off Fight Club, so there's probably something to do with the fucking twins. Otherwise,
that's what at this point though, it's been too much. Too many people have seen like both of them.
Yeah,
like I guess they could try to do something like that still, but I don't.
But there we go again, giving him too much credit. You know?
Yeah, true.
It's just
but, well, it could be that the entire flashback is riddled with errors, and it was either injected in her head by the Jedi, or the truth will come out later on, and so she has a false reality she's seeing. Yeah, that could be the
that flashback is gonna be the only time we get to see this Wookiee in any action, though. Fucking Wookiee Jedi that they hyped up. It's only gonna be during that flashback.
That we're at this point like positive, but assuming we're gonna get.
I think the Wookiee gets caught jerking off in a corner, and like Padawan Torben catches him, and he gets really offended, and that's how he gets the big fucking cut on his eye. That's what I think.
Why?
Okay. Still more entertaining than the actual show.
Speaking of jacking off, David Hand has gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships for $100. Thank you, David Hand. Give yourself a hand. Like Jeremy did. Silverfish Stone on the Streamlab side for 50. It would be interesting if you could get Brett Cooper from the Daily Wire on the show. She worked closely with Lesbian Headlamp on the Heathers remake. That's true. And she did a video on it. So she might have something interesting to add to the conversation. I would invite her on the show. I don't know if she'd come on, but like I'll invite her. Note that down, X-Ray Girl. You still back there, X-Ray Girl? You still there? She's still with us?
No.
She said,
is
"Bing
she-
bong, ching chong."
She said, "Holy fuck, we too low."
Yes.
She said yes. She ever going home?
I don't know. She's lost. She's lost in America.
God, she hasn't been home for like a month. Like she stayed here. Like we hung out for like almost 2 weeks. It was cool. Rick, me, 2 parts for $400. She says she's home on Monday. You hear that, Mark? Better clean up, dude. Clean up the fucking house. That's what I
trim.
That's what I do when my wife's gone right now, and she's like, "I'm heading to the airport to get in the plane." I'm all, okay. I still got like 3 hours to clean up the house, and shower and change clothes.
Clean up my
Rick, me for $400 again. That deserves twice. It just does. All hail FNT. Jeremy, Az, Ryan, Shad, Ian, Garrett, Chrissy, X-Ray, and sometimes Odin, busy man, busiest man alive with the only children of men, Odin. Okay.
He's not here.
Clive Owen.
Yeah, critical drinker today, and so many great guests. Keep it going.
Odin.
Clive Odin. That's what he's called from now on now. Clive Odin. Oh. Yeah. Hail, fortune's gifts are often wrapped in problems. Keep up the great work. Here I share my unpacked gift with you all. Hail, Rick, thank you very much. Hail, thank you. We appreciate the gift. And we give you a gift. Az is leaving.
That's a gift to Az.
And a gift for us. But
I'm gonna let him have all of his moments. I'm gonna have him.
Ryan's already thinking like, how am I gonna go through an entire episode without getting interrupted? Like, this is weird. Like, we might have to find another official interrupter just to transition so Ryan doesn't, have whiplash or anything.
Yeah, life finds a way.
I'm sure. Jeremy, that's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy wasn't even here for your last show. How fucked up is that? Because he masturbated too much to a debate.
I don't think masturbating too much is possible, right? It's like if you get to the point where nothing comes out, then you're like, all right, well, that was too much.
Are you speaking from experience here, Ryan?
Well, he's never arrived at the too much part,
So.
If you've never experienced the too much, you might not think it exists,
Exactly.
Some of these young guys, man, they just can go.
It's going to push the limits of science.
To get older, buddy. Trey Miller for 50. Not trying to lie. I would watch Coruscant CSI for days. I would too, actually. That's a better idea for a show than the fucking Acolyte. Like some detectives, it doesn't have to be Jedi, some detectives from Coruscant investigating murders.
Wasn't that the show that George Lucas was working on?
Underworld. Underworld. Yeah.
So it was something kind of like that.
Underworld looked fucking cool. Like, honestly, I wish I could.
It did.
Dude, did you hear, some of the writers on that show? Frank Darabont, wrote on that show. I'm blanking on his name. Battlestar Galactica.
Ronald D. Moore.
Ronald D. Moore wrote episodes. Like,
Dude, that could have been.
What the fuck happened to that show? Did they cancel it or
George
what?
wanted a commitment from a network for 5 seasons.
Oh.
He could have just waited. They're throwing that shit out like candy in 2020.
Yep. Nobody bit. But
Nobody bit, wow.
there is footage of it out there, and the whole concept of it sounds cool as fuck, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Dave Chandler. I can't believe. See, this is getting old. Forgetting Ronald D. Moore's name. Might be time to hang it up myself. This is my last FNT.
You're a good boy.
No,
I got a live picture of Gary trying to read super chats.
Oh God. Yep.
I'll take you down my handicap.
Hey,
my handicap down to
at
6.
least I didn't fuck a country. Okay.
Wow. Gary, I'd actually be very impressed if you did. You know.
Well, yeah. Didn't he
a
shower
good
with
thing
his
to put on your
granddaughter?
resume.
Didn't
No,
he
it was his daughter.
His daughter.
Yeah,
he
Ashley
showered
Biden.
with his daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
According to
what?
her diary.
Yeah.
This man fucked a whole country.
I thought they brought decency back to the White House.
Well, the adults are back in charge, apparently.
What did Sargon tweet? We got clarity. We're putting clarity back in the White House. David Chandler for 50. X-Ray Girl, what is this? Thank you.
She fixed it in real time.
She did, because it said,
What is this?
It said, I womped, and it sounds like I sound like one of the Indians from fucking Horizon, which they call indigenous in the movie. I'm like,
Oh, they don't use that word back then. Come on.
They do.
Did they even use that word in fucking 1840?
No, Aboriginal, yes,
Indian,
Aboriginal, but
Aboriginal.
Indians, that's what they would call him. It was Sam Worthington, who was pretty good in it. He was actually in something aside from Avatar.
But yeah, he was in Clash of the Titans. And
no, okay, dude. Like, I mean,
the last 10 years.
recently.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just naming one other Sam Worthington movie.
Thank you. I was
Terminator?
I met him when I was in LA. He's really short. It's really fucking short. David Chandler for 50. Instead of saying I want tip, it says I want to. Figure out where they're taking all this. Star Wars fans have pretty much abandoned the franchise with the exception of the DEI true believers. So the only thing I can conclude is that they actually believe they're doing a good job. Some do because it's confirmation bias, and it's pretty lights. And there's always going to be a percentage of the people who just love the brand and just want it to be around because they like brand, right? Which is funny because Red Letter Media pointed that out. Well, and then they did a whole fucking video where there was supposed to be a review of the Acolyte. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
Ryan's in it. Where they spend.
Ryan is in it, yeah.
Well, no, it's distancing themselves. It's bringing up the political discourse, both sides, and they made some good points, and then distancing themselves from it. And then about an hour and 10 minutes into it, or an hour, they start the review and they say it's shit, which is funny.
Yeah. I found the video very interesting because they were trying to distance themselves so hard, but then making the exact arguments that the people they were distancing from. I was like,
These guys are
you
the
agree.
These guys are the motherfuckers who took off because of shitting all over the prequels.
Exactly.
The idea that they would have that they'd clutch their pearls at all over people overly hating on Disney Star Wars is laughable.
I'm
glad to be included in their video multiple times.
No, you've been included in 2, right? So but your voice was in it. They did a cut with all the people supposedly complaining, but your voice came out and I could hear it over everybody's, Ryan. I could hear it over everybody's. And they put me in it with the Glenn Beck interview. Your thumbnail was in it twice. Jeremy's thumbnail was in it.
Yeah.
And they're above all this. They're above all this, guys. So they're better than us, which is probably true, but whatever.
But they still hated the show. Just
better
like
than
the rest
me,
of us.
anyway. Yeah, but they still hated the show. Which was funny because John Campea made the same fucking argument. He was like distancing himself from all the shit. And I only saw this because it was on EFAP. And then he said, yeah, the show sucks. And the show sucks. Jonathan J. Stoneblack $40, 4 parts on Streamlabs. Hail to FNT from Japan. I might actually go there now. I've never, because a lot of seafood there, but and it's a long flight. But there's a lot of cool megaliths there, so now I want to go. Quarter Black.
Oh yeah.
Hail to FNT from Japan, longtime listener, first time super chatter. All right, thank you. We'll be gentle. I would like to personally thank you, the whole FNT crew, Drinker, Mahler, and all the others for what you do. Thank you. You wonderful degenerates take a lot of fire from the mainstream media for doing the job they seem incapable of doing, providing actual criticism that is insightful, objective, and engaging. I wanted to say I truly appreciate it. You all also inspired me to try my hand at YouTube to add my own voice into the mix as well. Good hobby. It's a good hobby. Stone Black Reviews, if anyone cares to check it out. Instead of Disney Star Wars, can we start referring to this era as Star Wars as the Kennedy assassination years? Hail to all. That's pretty good. Keep being awesome. You are the heroes we need. Oh, well, thank you. We're retarded, but thank you.
Thank you.
And I am speaking for everyone. We're retarded, but thank you. And if we're the voice of reason, things are pretty fucked. And the reason, God help us all. And the reason we all have channels is because the media wasn't providing. They left an opening. They stopped. Well, they never were authentic. Okay, they never were. So, and they started bullshitting people so much to where a bunch of us went, wow, that's weird. I'm just gonna I felt passionate enough. Ryan felt passionate enough, as everybody here felt passionate enough to start speaking our mind, because we weren't getting the truth from the media. Never were. And now they have some competition, because now instead of starting to be authentic and telling the truth, they doubled down. And this is why we're where we're at right now. So I'd like to thank the Access Media and the media for just being yourself, being your unauthentic fucking piece of shit self. Thank you very much for providing this opening. We appreciate you. Thank you. I didn't write Blackadder for 50 British pounds. Is this serious? Where is my New Zealand representation going? I know
I'm gonna have transition and then come back as a chick.
Okay.
Oh.
And then stare at your own tits?
Yeah, I was gonna say, will it still be gay if you stare at trans people's tits and you're trans yourself?
Apparently, then it becomes, I don't know. I can't keep up with the fucking rules.
I know Shad sounds like, is it Reese Darby? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I almost said Rise. Who's Reese Darby?
I sound like
an actor.
Okay, thank you. I assume that.
It's not very certain.
No, I thought he was a grocer. AKA
actor, writer, director.
AKA Murray from Flight of the Conchords. Now I know. God, I love that show. That's such a good show.
Oh yeah, he's great. Murray's great too.
But he doesn't really count. Bring Gary over to Dewsbury for something or something wherever. Dewsbury. Brewery.
Yeah, the only time I go to Dewsbury is to go to a toy shop. That's it.
They got a good toy shop?
I'll take you there. Yeah, I'll take you there, dude. It's amazing.
I'm never visiting you again. Fuck you.
Oh, wow.
No, I'll go all the way there and not visit you.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're going to the UK. I might even go to your town and not visit you.
I'm busy that day anyway.
Or something, whatever. Nothing has ended. Nothing. Nick Hammerschmidt for $99.99. Thank you for all the laughs and passion on FNT, as you spoke for so many fans that are fed up with being attacked by the same people we have supported for years. I know it's just jokes by the cast, but fuck the sarcasm, and hopefully you will be back for FNT 400. Oh, he will be for it. Yeah, you will. I don't know if I'll be here.
No, it's a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be here, but like he'll come back. I'll probably be dead of dementia.
He's gonna be like super ripped and shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
He'll be all
with tits.
Yeah.
The beach is that way. Like, The Westerner for $75. It's a sup, Gary, longtime lurker, who is usually at work during FNT, but I finally got to catch this one. All right. Recently celebrated 1 year off of chemo. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hyped for Hot D this Sunday, and I hope to join into the stream after the episode. Hale, please do. I genuinely look forward to that. I look forward to all my streams, but like look forward to, it's a show that I look forward to, like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. I remember that feeling. Wow. Isn't that crazy? And it's been good. It's been good. You know what, Ryan, actually liked the episode better second time around.
It
did. Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yeah. It's a good episode. It's building up to a lot of shit that's going to go down soon. We'll just say soon. We'll leave it at that. Episode 4. Shit's going down. Gatekeeper for $100. Huge fan. Gary and Drinker lead me to YouTube Media and the Fellowship. Joined Little Platoon and Film Threat recently after having Chris and Alan both say something nice about each other on a stream. They do that. Those guys love each other. They just argue like a freaking gay married couple.
You ugly. I was trying to watch their Acolyte. Well, I did watch their Acolyte review. It was married. It was just a married couple bickering with each other. It was great.
Wish you all continued success and good health to you and your families. Thank you, Gatekeeper. Now, the best one, somebody's got to clip this. Oh, they did. Look for it on the Film Threat video. Alan Ng was supposed to, it was, that Daisy Ridley movie about the woman in the water or some stupid shit. And Alan was supposed to pull up a poster and he couldn't fucking search it on Google. And Chris was having another stroke on air. It was so fucking funny. I was dying laughing. Chris he's like, just fucking Google it. It was so funny. Matthew A for $99.99. You know, in all seriousness, we don't do that here. You will be missed, as I love how you and Ryan just randomly combust and start yelling at the most odd things. Gary, you white bogan pay yourself disabled employees?
Bogan?
White bogan? X-ray girl? Gary, you white bogan pay your disabled employees. Well, I pay my employees and they're disabled. So there you go.
And he's a bogan.
I thought this was some white term.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Just call me a pecker.
Yeah.
She thought it was a white.
It just means like a dumb, I don't know if dumb person, but like
it's dumb. I mean, just
person
assume
of
it's
low class or some shit, right?
Yeah, there's redneck associated with bogan.
Basically,
okay. Checks out. Totally checks out. My apologies. Yes. Guilty as charged.
Australian term. Okay.
White trash. Guilty as charged. Shout out to X-Ray Girl. No one appreciates the IT department. Nope. Holy shit. Quelndar is here, Quarter Black, and just dropped $500 on Streamlabs. Quelndar! To start the as replacement fund. Oh, he's already been replaced. I mean, like, do we really need to replace him?
It's like it's Gary's way of coping, chat. Don't worry.
Oh, my way of coping. Oh, okay.
It's the eye twitch.
When going through the stages of grief.
When Mahler joins the live stream, is your replacement next? No, it's not going to be Mahler. No, it's not going to be Mahler.
He's got too many streams as it is.
Yeah, he's doing so much.
To start the as replacement fund. Oh, wait, you said you're not paying him. No, I'm not. Damn. Oh, well. Hail as, hail the panel, hail the fellowship. Oh, sure. I'll send it to you as soon as I can. As soon as I can. I'll completely forget to send that to you.
The check is in the mail.
Check's in the mail. Yeah, check's in the mail.
The check spelled like with a Q.
Q-H-E-Q-U-E.
No. That's not how you spell check. It's not a checkwa. It's not a checkwa. Checkwa. I'll send you a checkway.
Okay.
WG has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. I gotta send you those Space 1999 books, man.
I was only mucking about. I'm not trying to nick your shit, man.
What? No, I was gonna send those to you. That's why I bought them.
Were you?
Yeah.
I was only joking when I said, "Are you sending them to me?" Right?
No,
I wasn't only joking,
I bought them for you.
Okay, I'll take them then.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Why are you gay?
Az was born that way. Because Az likes cock. That's why. St. Louis for $99.99. Hail the chat. Hail the panel. Hail heel versus babyface. Heels versus babyface. My good friend from New Zealand. Fucking quartering.
And he should know. He owns us.
What did he call? What did he keep calling the Rise
My
of
favorite
Skywalker?
Oh, we went on to his stream when we did that
Rise
stream.
of the Skywalker.
Yes.
Rise of the Skywalker.
Yes, we went on to a string over Gina Carano. That's where we met Chrissy Mayer. That's where
Chrissy
I
Mayer,
streamed
that's
with
where
Chrissy
Chrissy,
Mayer
yeah.
for the first time.
Oh.
That was way back in the day.
That was way back in the day.
Yeah. And then he went, my favorite New Zealand.
He was, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oopsie.
Hail Gina
Listen,
Carano, by the way.
listen
Hope
to
she's doing well.
Drain.
Gina seems to be doing well. She seems to be doing well. WG has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. They should bring her back in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a Disney.
Yeah,
You know,
that's also
it's so
happening.
weird. The last, and maybe because I saw the super duper cut, but the last time I saw Deadpool 2, I'm like, it's all right. And now I just watched it. I'm like, that was pretty fucking good.
It's a step down from the first.
It is
one.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
the
still
first
fun, though.
The
It's a
first
good
one's
movie.
well, dude, Juggernaut is rad in it.
Juggernaut looks awesome.
Juggernaut.
Yeah. Colossus looks dope as too.
The kid's annoying, but the movie is
Kid's
pretty good.
annoying. I don't mind Zazie Beetz as Domino. I don't.
No, she was fine.
She's got
did a good
great
job, too.
tits.
Yeah.
Oh, and her performance was all right.
Shave her armpits.
Yeah.
WG is gifted, or no, has donated 50 on the Streamlabs side. This will be the last one for the night. Did you square up? Probably Saturday. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to be on EFAP tomorrow, by the way. I'm saying that now because I'll probably forget later. Hail Az, I just wanted to say one thing before you leave.
Fuck off.
And you didn't finish it. It just says ... All right. That wraps it up for another record Friday Night Tide. Second most watched one. Thank you. Thanks to everyone. What do you got coming up, comics?
Well, I have a Acolyte video that should be dropping either tonight or tomorrow once the thumbnail is done. So that's what's coming up next. Az, dude, pleasure streaming with you for the last 4 years. Gonna miss you, man. It was a lot of fun. And see you guys next week.
I'll see you next week with Az's replacement. What do you got coming up, Shad?
Well, I do have a 1.5 hour fight scene autopsy coming out probably tomorrow evening. Around
How long?
1.5 hours. It might be a bit detailed.
Jesus.
Look, there's a lot of crap in that.
I
People are
bet.
saying it's good. Yeah. And so yeah, that'll be out tomorrow. Looking forward to that on Shadiversity. And Az, love you, mate. I'll see you around. I'm sure though.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
What did Mahler say in the chat? Lady
He said,
Brewmaster?
"No, I do love you, fuckers."
Was there
He
something
can't do the
before
show,
that?
but well, it's in response to when we were talking about him being on the show.
No, no.
I'm not he can't.
No, he's not going to.
He can't.
No,
But
if I'm not going to pay Az, you think I'm going to fucking pay Mahler? Mahler's worth way more money than Az. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
He's very long.
It's an Eldritch
It's very
Lord,
long.
man.
Can I go yet?
No.
No.
No, you have to stay to the
Everyone
end.
has to say their fucking cringe ass. Oh, we'll miss you. Shit to you first.
That's all I ever get.
I
Shit.
missed you.
I'll miss you.
Oh,
No, it's like at the end of Game of Thrones, and we're just stabbing.
that was about
Jon
as
Snow.
sincere as a fucking Ryan Seacrest fucking compliment that was.
Is Ryan Seacrest known for very insincere
Insincere
compliments?
compliments.
Yes, he's known for that.
You couldn't
Yeah,
think of
he
it.
did.
You couldn't think of anything, could you? You just fucking
Like
pulled the
Ryan
name out of your ass.
I used to watch American Idol. Thank you.
Oh
Ryan
God,
Seacrest
you
just
are
walks the
gay.
streets of LA.
You are
Ryan
gay.
Seacrest walks the streets of LA and finds like homeless people and be like, Wow, you look like you got really great hygiene there, buddy.
Yeah.
This is what's going on inside Az's head.
Yeah.
You look great.
Not.
Chrissy.
I'm Ryan Seacrest.
Returning to stand-up. What do you got coming up?
Yes, I'm returning to stand up Saturday, July 20th here over here in Westchester in Mount Kisco at a venue called Jazz on Main, 7:00 show. I'll be headlining. Keanu Thompson will be opening for me. Really excited about that. Simpcast this Sunday. We got Melanie Mack, Mel K, and L, some bitch I know. And yeah, I will really miss you, Az, although I think you'll still be around. So, but I will miss you here on this show because you're hilarious and fun.
Totally not paying attention.
Not even listening.
Are you done? Sorry, I was.
I think the weight loss is getting to your head, and
Yep.
you think you're so fucking good. You think you're so much better than everybody else.
He's looking.
He's listening. All right.
He's wondering what's going.
That's,
Just got back.
woo, that's better.
back
Back to reality. Back to reality. Cord Black.
Hey, Sunday fun day with this fucker. He's leaving us here. He's not going to leave over there because I'm not going to let him. And also, Forbidden Frontier, Sundays, nights on Nerdrotic Live. Soon to be the Green app.
We are 900 away from 100,000.
So close. So go check it out.
subs away.
Go sub. And I do a show called Normal World with Dave Landau. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Come check it out.
Yep.
It's fun.
Hail. Ryan Kinnell.
Just my normal stuff, my channel, Geeks and Gamers, Sports Wars, everything like that. And as it's been a long 4 years, dude, so I'm sure you'll be guesting every once in a while. We will just miss you so much.
Thanks,
And
Ryan.
this is American Idol.
That was good. All right.
We're coming home.
This is your last.
Sorry, I thought we were gonna play the.
This is your last chance to plug
Off
your channel
music.
before you fade into obscurity. As go for it.
Catch me on my new show starting next Friday, 9 p.m. UK time.
You fucker.
It's called Go Fuck Yourself Friday Night Time.
GFU.
I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna demonetize the stream.
You're gonna whip your dick out? Is that what you're gonna do?
No,
Yeah,
see you next Tuesdays. But there you go. No, thank you. You know, nearly 4.5 years of the show. It's been absolutely awesome. Amazing guests, amazing co-hosts to do it with. I really genuinely have had a blast, and I will enjoy though having some Friday nights.
Can I hold your hands? Can I hold your hands one last time, Az?
Hold my. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Put it all the way.
Wait, I forgot how to do this.
No,
He has to go further in.
He's
You
got
go
to
deeper.
go further in. You've heard that before. Go further in. No, he's got to go further.
What are you doing with that other hand, ass?
Go
Why are you putting it out
further.
there?
Put it further.
Yeah, yeah.
Put it further, and there you go.
There you go. There you
As I just want you to know, you're a beautiful creature.
Thank
Let the wind be beneath your wings. We're all here supporting you, loving you. Godspeed and enjoy obscurity.
Thank you. Very. Can I? Oh, okay.
Just go ahead and give the hands. Oh no!
Sorry, Frank.
That's what he's wanted to do the whole time.
They were just there. They were just there. Come on, no. You can't. No
They
harm,
let
no
you
foul.
do it. They let you do it.
Anyway,
Love
Friday Night Tights starts on Rumble next week. I'm saying it out loud this time. With the bonus hour. The bonus hour, we're gonna work in like rotating guests for the bonus hour. That's the plan right now. So we're gonna start that. Let's get a couple of little different things, including ad reads. We're bringing in some ad reads, a couple of them later in the show. But some little differences, but you probably won't notice anything other than the show. As we'll figure out that the show was shorter without him in it.
It won't be my problem.
Yes, it will. I'm going to continue to be your problem because I'll see you on Real BBC.
Yes, sir. Tuesday.
Motherfucker. on Tuesday. So, Matt, I'm going to miss you. Thank you for your time on Friday Night Tights. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun 4 years, and I will invite you to be a guest back probably soon. So probably for the Acolyte finale, I'm thinking, but thanks, brother. Love you, man. Yeah, we're gonna be dual streaming on Rumble and Sunday, Forbidden Frontier, also right here on this channel, House of the Dragon, right after the episode, 15 minutes after it airs. I'll be here. We have rotating Aussies. So it's Fringy and Shad will be tag teaming. I'll also be with Ryan Kinnell and Mahler. And I can't wait to talk about it. Other than that, see you at Comic-Con and all that other stuff. And we'll see you next week with who's our guest next week?
Who's our guest?
It's Hill versus Baby.
It's Az.
I'm waiting.
We're waiting.
She's checking.
Paul Chato.
Paul
Chato. Banned on Twitter. Paul Chato is here. So
can't ban a Canadian.
Yeah, pretty easily.
You're
apparently.
so nice.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to all the lurkers. Thanks to everyone who participated. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. We'll see you next week. Ciao.
Bye.
Yeah.
So long.
So long, gay boys.
I almost did it.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.